then. But when you got all these people that are wanting to fucking do their higher power over everybody and think they can rule everybody, it's not right. I mean,
What
look
do
at
you
the
have?
day. Look how the days are going now. Back in the '80s, you used to be able to go out and do everything and have a great time. But now you go out, you got to worry about if you're gonna get shot, get mugged. It ain't
Where
like
are
it
you
used to
worried
be.
at? And like again,
I,
we're gonna talk about crime rates. Crime rates have gone down since the 90s. And do you have like a car you could like sit in or something? Because the crickets are pretty loud.
yeah, I'm out in the woods. Yeah, I live in the woods. I live out in the nice wilderness. I ain't got to deal with all the traffic.
Yeah,
I
the
still sit
crickets.
here and look at all the stuff that's going on.
Okay,
I
he's
don't see how
lagging out
you look
everyone.
at how Biden. You think Biden?
Hello?
Oh well, I'll get to talk to you again.
Okay, for sure, man.
But I just don't see.
I'm so confused, everyone. He's lagging really bad. It seems like being in the middle of the woods doesn't really get you good connection. Eric, I appreciate the $10 on Cash App. Thank you so much. Let's get the next person up here. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 33.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yes.
Why so?
Well, like the last visitor you had, he mentioned about crime. I'm here in Oregon, and the way they handle crime here sucks. And it's liberal ran. Um, you can break into a car, you can burglarize a place, and all they will do over here is write you a ticket, send you on your way, and expect you to show up to court. And then that leads to them doing more crime and getting away with it some more. And the cops over here says they are afraid to do anything because
So
the
we need
governor
police
would.
reform.
But whenever they try to
Are you saying
do
that's what we need? We
something,
need police reform?
I need them. I'm saying we need to have them do what they were doing when crime wasn't so bad.
Okay, so again, are you saying that we need police reform?
Yes.
Okay. So, uh, you want us to reform our system insofar as that we have like similar amounts of crime as what we had then, right? And the way that you think that that can happen is by what measure?
I don't know, getting all these liberal politicians out. We are ran by liberal
Why
governors.
isn't this happening in other liberal cities?
It is over in Seattle,
In
Portland.
every liberal city, it happens.
I'm hearing of it happening.
Okay, if it
I
happens in every liberal city, can you name one Republican city where this does not happen in? I mean, like a big city.
no, but why are the cops letting people go if they're burglarizing? They aren't taking them into jail. They aren't really doing anything about it.
Wouldn't that just
And
be relative to a particular area?
and you ask
Right, like
people,
in their that's local, isn't it?
what do you mean?
That's going to relate to your like local jurisdiction. So like that's just how your local deals with it.
That's how the state deals with it. I mean, I saw,
So what in the state does that?
um, I don't know. They said, like, I saw a homeless person fighting a cop the other day, and the cop literally just put him in the back of the cop car and then released him in like 10 minutes and said he couldn't arrest him because the governor didn't want them to arrest him.
So no reasoning.
What do you mean by no reasoning?
So I mean, I don't know why there. You're just saying that like that this is what's gonna happen. Did they like violently attack them or like
Pretty much, yeah.
pretty much is not the same thing as did.
Like they tried to fight him.
Tried to fight him? What do you
Yeah,
mean?
tried to fight the cop.
He
Like
said fight me but didn't do anything else?
like resisting and um yeah.
So so that I mean what's the crime?
What do you mean? What is the crime? I
Yeah,
mean,
what crime did they commit?
I don't know, but when they are trying to,
So if they didn't commit a crime, then
yeah, but you don't know that they didn't commit a crime.
well, it sounds like you didn't.
Yeah, and then, but if a cop's trying to, you know, arrest someone and they are resisting and, trying to fight the officer and all that, why would they be let go?
Why would they be let go if the officer wait, sorry, say it again?
So, hypothetical. Someone was, say someone is car prowling and they get caught. The cops aren't really doing anything about it other than writing them a ticket, sending them on their way, expecting them to show up to court, and pretty much letting them get away with it.
Okay, so you're just saying that they're letting people get away with crime, and you're saying this happens in every Democratic area.
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, I'm in Oregon. I'm hearing of it happening in California, over in Seattle. Um,
Well, you'd have to see that it happens everywhere. So, or you'd have to give me like how the Democrats specifically influence it to be this way. And also, I don't see that's reflective of Biden particularly. Is Biden in support of these particular laws?
I don't know. I mean, is
Okay,
he?
well then what's the relevant difference between Trump and Biden that means that you're going to vote for Trump?
Trump doesn't put up with shit.
Put up with what?
Put up with anything. When you had people looting and destroying businesses and everything, what did Biden and them do? They sat back and allowed it to happen. They pretty much didn't.
Really? What did Trump do on January 6th?
He made a speech and then he said,
What did he do when they were
keep
rioting at the
people.
Capitol? How long did he take to tell them to stop?
I don't know, but that
Wasn't
doesn't
it like
mean
4
anything.
hours? It was like 3 or 4 hours.
Not that long.
Not that long. I mean, that was like the almost the entirety of everything that was going on.
But he can't control people who are out there rioting. He can put a stop to it, but I mean, he can't really
So
control.
if he knows that he can't control people, right, then he probably shouldn't engage in rhetoric that could get people to do something when he says, fight like hell, try to steal the election back from him.
Well, isn't that the same thing of what Biden and
Wasn't he trying to
all the
socially
other ones?
pressure Mike Pence to not engage in the peaceful transition?
No one said anything about it not having to be peaceful.
No, peaceful transition. Because his transition was
No, no. What I'm
like
saying is,
that.
no one said that Mike Pence couldn't do a peaceful transition.
No, didn't Trump not want him to do that? Not want him to certify the election results?
Right, if it was in the Constitution, right, for him to do so.
Many Republicans argue against him, saying that his actions are heavily unconstitutional. Shayla, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Thank you so much.
But how is it unconstitutional if, there was election fraud?
Oh, is there sufficient evidence of election fraud enough to overturn the election?
You go to bed at 10 at night with Trump being up 250,000 points and then you wake up the next day and somehow Trump got no votes during that time and Biden got like 500,000. You can't tell me there's
Yeah,
no
so
fraud.
they counted mail-in votes, and mail-in votes are predominantly Democratic, and
And
Trump
you,
told everyone to go vote in person.
so you admit that all those votes went to Biden.
They didn't all go, but they heavily went to Biden.
I mean, don't you think that's a little
No, it's wild though.
what?
Right. All the audits, all the recounts and everything, did any of them show sufficient evidence to overturn the election?
But those people who investigated it, are they?
Oh, are they
liberals?
all corrupt? Every
Are
single
they all
person
liberals?
in the investigation of the elections and the audits, all of them are corrupt?
They could be.
All of them? Do you think that's more likely than Trump losing the election?
I mean, no, but
Okay, so it's more likely that Trump lost the election. Okay, let's accept that then.
however, I mean, the possibility of there is being election fraud. Because think about it. I mean, how can you be so sure that mail-in voting is so secured?
Well, because
No,
we have
even though they tell you it's so secured, how could it be? You can get a mail-in ballot, and your 16-year-old could go in and take it from you, fill it out, and send it back without you even knowing. How would you know
so
that?
committing fraud.
But how would you know
So
that?
that 16-year-old committed fraud.
But how would you know that though?
Well,
How-
can't they do that now?
Not
Right,
if you don't
and also
know.
like you could say that Trump's kid could have done that.
Yeah,
Scary
and-
thing because
yeah,
Trump's
he
vote
could.
was mail in. What about people who are Americans who are what's it called, active duty
on.
or reserve in the army, and they're in other countries around the world, so they vote that way, or U.S. citizens in foreign countries, should they not be able to vote?
But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying
Christian
it's
Confetti,
the
thank you so much.
liberal or
Because those are mail-in
conservative.
ballots.
Right, but
Cynthia, I appreciate the $5 on Cash App. Thank you so much.
they have at least have to show ID, picture ID, all of that. You guys they took it all away. Well, you can just go in and say that
Signature
you're
is on the
so-and-so.
ballot. Wait. They just signature.
Right, but why not show ID?
Right now, I didn't show ID. I just voted yesterday, and I didn't show ID.
I know, because the liberals got rid of that.
No, because voter ID laws would essentially be, without making it free for everyone, a poll tax. And poll taxes historically in the United States have been literally voted on by courts to be systematically racist. Tanya, I appreciate the $10 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Tanya.
So showing your ID to drive, that would be racist too? I mean,
Again, as it relates to this is for polling, right? Systematically racist for the context of polling, because it had detrimental outcomes as it relates to being able to have the right to vote. I don't think that driving is a right in the same way that a right to vote is the case. But driving, we need to ensure that there's greater levels of safety as it relates to human health, whereas we wouldn't have those same concerns as it relates to the context of the voting process.
but like I'm saying, I mean, I'm not saying that liberals are, committing fraud. I'm not saying Democrats Republicans are. What I'm saying is you don't know who it is.
There's fraud in every election, right? But
uh,
there wasn't sufficient fraud to overturn the election. In 2020, had less fraud proportionally in the election comparative to any point in recorded history. 2020 was the most secure election in recorded history per CISA.gov, right?
That's who though. I mean,
CISA.gov.
how would they know that though? How would they know that so and so isn't filling out the ballot for the mom and dad or for someone else and sending it back and not even knowing it?
Again, that they determine this through the context of signatures, right? You're just saying that this fraud exists. How do they know whether or not there's fraud? Well, they would have estimation mechanisms for that.
It just seems like it makes it a lot easier to commit fraud than the old process that they had, where you have to go in and vote, show your ID.
Wait, the old process that included mail-in ballots.
Yeah, for
Jose, I
certain
appreciate the
people, like
$15 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Jose. I appreciate it.
for like military people.
And then also,
and
wait, you did not have to show your ID always. When? What do you mean?
when you go to the voting booth,
Do you have to show? I mean, I've actually never gone to a voting booth. I've always done mail-in. Do you have to show your ID there
I'm pretty sure you
in
have to.
every
Yeah.
state?
Well, I've gone to vote. I had to, so that way they can.
Some people are
identify
saying it's
me.
some states.
Maybe it is some states, but where I'm at, they did.
Okay, so I think it's dependent upon state.
But to me, it just seems like it's a lot easier to commit fraud.
It's a lot easier to commit fraud.
Yeah, do it mail-in ballot rather than going in, showing your ID. You know who.
Well then, can you give me any evidence to indicate that mail-in ballots have a higher fraud rate?
No, but
No,
like
if you
I said,
can't give me any evidence to indicate that is a higher fraud rate, well then it seems like you can't conclude this. Jose, I appreciate the dollar, and Hannah, thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate it.
But how can anyone else?
Some states only have mail-in voting. That's
How-
what someone said.
So all those dead people that vote for liberals each year. I mean,
Okay, or how are you assuming there's no dead people that vote for Republicans? Can you give me any evidence that there was none for Republicans and there was for Democrats?
I believe there was like 95% that were for Democrat that voted when they were dead. Dead.
95% of the people who voted who were Democrat voted when they're dead?
No, 95% of the dead votes were Democrats.
Oh, and where'd you get that information from?
Fox News.
What on Fox News?
I forget. It was a long time ago.
Okay. Well, I think that if I said on CNN it was 95% Republican, Timothy, I appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. But I don't remember the
Everyone
CNN
knows that's
article.
the Clinton News Network, so it's kind of hard to take them seriously.
It's hard to take Fox News seriously.
No, not really.
Are you okay? Well, then it's not hard to take CNN seriously.
Hey, so I'm just wondering,
And
How
I
much-
appreciate the $1.11. Thank you so much.
Harry and Chris to do these lives.
What do you say?
I said, how much are they paying you, Harry, and Chris to do those lives?
Not enough, dude. Not enough. I get $0.
Yeah, right. The DNC's not paying you.
No, never got paid by the DNC. Never got paid by any business at all.
So why is it you guys are all doing lives every single day?
Because I
same
genuinely
exact
believe
time every
that Donald
day.
Trump is a threat to our democratic processes.
But you don't think Biden is? I mean, look at his age.
Biden is to specific degrees, but I don't think it's anywhere near comparable to Trump there as it relates to the threat to democracy.
I don't know. When you get to a certain age and you can't remember where you're at,
Jamie, I appreciate $15 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you from the DNC.
or confusing your wife with your sister.
I would like to see where he did that because I can show you evidence that Donald Trump confused E. Jean Carroll for his ex-wife. E. Jean Carroll's the person he was proven to sexually abuse in the context of a civil court.
Those
Appreciate the
videos
sunglasses.
of,
Thank you so much.
of Biden confusing his sister and his wife.
Parker, you know you are on your undercover. So real, dude. I'm so real. Sorry, what'd you just say? Say that again.
Those videos of him confusing his wife and his sister.
Where's the video? I'd love to see it.
I'd have to get off here to find it, but I saw it.
Wait, are you saying Biden has a sister? Joel, I appreciate the $1.12. Katie, I appreciate the $5 from the DNC. Thank you so much, Katie.
I don't know, does he? That's what it said showed in the video. This is my sister, and then this is my wife. Oh wait, never mind. They switched on me.
Wait,
No
what
one
switched
knows
on
that?
you? Haley, I appreciate the $10 from the
No, that's
DNC.
what
Thank you so
Biden
much.
said. That's what Biden said. When he confused his wife and his sister.
Okay, wait. So where did you get this information from? Because I'd love to be able to find this.
There was videos about it. I don't know. I'd have to get off here and look.
Okay. Let's see this. Let's see this. This is from 2020.
Might have been. I don't know.
Okay, so he said they switched on me. They were standing in opposite positions. So he didn't mistake them. They just switched positions.
You still confused them, though.
Because they switched positions. I would have confused that.
All I'm saying is Biden can't even remember what day it is.
Dude, yes, he can. Okay, if I look up Biden addressing public right now, right, do you think that he would be incoherent when he spoke? Ariel, I appreciate the $1.69
That's a
from
lot
Joe
of
Biden.
it.
Thank you so much.
A lot of his speeches, you can't even comprehend what he's saying.
You want to bet? Do you want to bet? The first video I pull up, you can comprehend everything he
You,
says.
you aren't gonna do what Harry did and skipped half of the video.
I
and
won't. I
go
won't.
to the,
How much do you want me to show you?
I don't know, 2 minutes of it.
Okay. Joseph Lowry, thank you for the $66.66. Thank you so much, Joseph. Oh my gosh. I appreciate that. All right, we'll pull up 2 minutes of a Biden speech, the first thing. Oh my god, Joseph, thank you so much. Sam, I appreciate the $5 from Joe Biden. From me, Joe Biden, so real. So real. Let's pull up. I'm going to YouTube. The first thing I'm going to look up Biden addressing nation. Biden addressing public. You want me to watch the first video? How long do you want it to be? The first one that comes up is 14 minutes or 15 minutes and 5 seconds. Do you want me to click a different one? A 2 hour one long? 2 hour long one? He left. Okay. All right, we're gonna have the next person. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. I don't know where he just went. Let's get the next person up here. Joseph, thank you so much, though. I really appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Oh, let's try the next person, everyone. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. Everyone, keep tapping that screen. The algorithm's been a little bit weird since I just got the account back, everyone. So do tap that screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Let's try the next person, everyone. Please only send a guest request. Oh, they just seemed to get back last second. Let's try the next person, everyone. All right, y'all. Give it 1 second, everyone. Okay, this person isn't in here. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Let me get the next person up here real quick. Sorry, I had to call. Harry, Conservative Harry, if you want to come back up, you always can.
No,
I'll look for you in the guest box. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
no,
How old are you?
no.
What's up?
Yeah, hello. I'm
Yeah, how old are you?
74.
74? Will you vote for Trump in 2024? And Wesley, thank you for the $10 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Wesley.
No, I'll vote for Biden.
Okay. All right. Based. We got a Biden voter. Let's go. $74-year-olds are on TikTok? Yes, they are. Appreciate the flower. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You'd be surprised. I look at my analytics. There's a decent amount of people in the lives that are 75, that are like 65 plus too. So I mean, it's a very huge percent. I think it's like 10-12%. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
40.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
I will.
Why so?
Because you should. I'm sorry, I'm a little out of breath. Absolutely 100% I'm voting for Trump. For all those crimes, there's plenty of evidence, plenty of proof that he did his videos. There's witnesses. I am voting absolutely guilty. I am voting for that man in his trial as guilty. So don't worry about that. Trump has my vote.
So you think that Trump committed crime or Biden committed crime?
Trump.
Trump committed crimes.
Yes, the
You
91.
think Trump is guilty, and you're going to vote for Trump, even though he's guilty?
No. I'm going to vote during the trial as a juror.
Oh, that he's guilty?
As guilty.
Oh.
Yes, as guilty.
Oh my gosh, bro. People are getting me today, bro. He's going to vote as guilty. That's wild. What a W, dude. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Hello, it's me. I wish you would answer me so that I can get a guest request on the live. If you will vote for Trump, send a guest request right now. I really would appreciate it. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 32.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
I don't know if you're gonna want to talk to me or not. I don't know, man. I can't. I don't know. I'm undecided. I don't know.
So would you vote for Trump?
Does it matter? I mean, I mean,
Yeah.
at this point, like, does it? Do either of them? I mean, on one hand, okay. On one hand, like, I am from Texas. Like, I moved to Chicago, like, for a reason. I like having basic human rights as a woman, you know. But on the other hand, I feel like the DNC keeps putting up people that don't do anything. The wealthy, the ones in power get richer, and as they continue to get richer, nothing really changes. And so I guess I feel like it doesn't really matter either way. I don't know.
Oh, you think it doesn't matter either way? Okay, so you think there's no impact on the population?
I don't know. I mean, on one hand, I feel like, yeah. I mean, when you look
So
at
there's no difference between Joe Biden and a proven sexual abuser, a proven fraudster, someone who's been lying about the election for the past few years, claiming that it's been stolen, when there's no sufficient evidence to indicate that, right? I mean, I can go off of plenty of things. 83% of the tax cuts and his tax policy went to the top 1%, right?
I mean, I agree with you. I don't think Trump is a good person.
Is Trump a worse person than Biden?
I guess I don't know. I guess I don't know enough.
You don't know?
No.
Would Trump? So you don't know. So you don't know if a proven sexual abuser, proven fraudster, someone who's been lying about the election for the past few years, is worse or not than Joe Biden?
I mean, based off of just those things, sure. Yeah. I mean, I would agree with you. But I guess I just feel really disenfranchised by the whole thing. I just feel like, I just feel like,
Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. How do you get your voice heard without voting? I understand you feel disenfranchised, but what you're doing as a goal, right, doesn't actually achieve what you want. It doesn't give you any extra breathing room. It doesn't get your voice heard. If anything, it makes it more that people who are not you get their voice heard more, which it's more likely for these people that you don't like to be put in office then.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, what you're saying makes sense. I love watching your lives. I watch you all the time. And I think fundamentally I agree. I ultimately don't see the DNC being, the first election that I really cared about was when Bernie Sanders was up. And I really loved Bernie and I really thought he could make change. And, we kind of watched how the DNC screwed him over. And I just realized, I mean, people that want actual radical change, I don't know. I don't know. It feels like nothing ever changes.
We got to keep voting. We got to keep going. You can't just be like, oh, we screwed up. We failed. Now we're never going to try again.
Yeah.
Why were we fighting in the first place?
Yeah.
Were we fighting in that circumstance and saying if we didn't win that we were going to stop fighting?
No, you're right.
Does stopping fighting actually help us? Or does it make us more complacent?
I mean, I and then on the other hand too, part of me is like, if voting didn't make a difference,
thank you so much.
I feel like there wouldn't be as much of a fight to buy like the right to suppress votes. Like if it didn't make a difference, I feel like the fight wouldn't be there. So I don't know. I feel like, but yeah, I mean, you're right. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have come on here. I'm just not sure what to do, I guess. But what you're saying,
I understand. But I appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll let you move on to the next person. Thank you.
Have a great day. Let's get to the next person. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Our votes mean nothing. You spelled hour wrong. It's O-U-R, 1, and then 2. They absolutely mean things. It's the only way you can get your voice to be heard. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, sorry. You're talking to me, right?
Yeah, but I can barely hear you. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
You're going to vote for him in 2024? Why so?
Absolutely.
Is there a way you can get close to your mic? You're like super, super far away.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm grabbing my mic right now.
For sure. In the meantime, everyone, tap that screen. Let's run it up to 150,000 likes. You can share the live to a few friends as well. We're getting back off of a ban, multiple bans. So if you do want to help out, share the live and tap the screen as well. Support me in Cash App, Venmo, and Bio if you would like to do so.
Can you hear me, Parker?
Yes, I hear you better. So yeah, why will you vote for Trump?
Well, I am currently a blue collar worker. I've been welding since I was 16. And to be honest, the past 3 years, I've seen my generation. When I say my generation, I mean from 25 to what, 16-year-old, 17, 18. I dropped out of high school to go work full time at 16, right? And
Hannah, thank you for the $5.
anybody in my generation anymore, nobody wants to work, right? And
I
what
disagree.
does Trump? You disagree?
We don't want to vote in bad or work in bad conditions.
And okay, then what is good conditions?
People generally, typically my age, want to be able to buy a house. They want to be able to take care of a family. They want to be able to not live paycheck to paycheck, right? Things like
Correct. Right. Well, I'm at a point in life where I don't at all live paycheck to paycheck at all. Right. Um, I think schooling's overrated. I think paid college is overrated as far as like our taxes paying for future colleges. I've seen on one of your lives before
How is that
where
useless when it could provide a substitute for a college, right? And make college prices go down.
well, I mean, in a sense, it can benefit, but at least for most of the population, you don't need college in order to make a what 80
You didn't
grand a
need
year
college for
living.
the particular type of work that you want to do, but for other people might not want to do the work
Okay,
that
okay,
you specifically wanted to do,
but
right?
what runs this country? What type of work line?
You can't just say one type of work line runs this country.
No. Okay. Well, farmers, you need welders, correct? You need construction workers.
You need lots of different things. You
You
don't
need
just need one thing.
truckers. You need truckers, doctors and stuff. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I agree. College, 100%. I mean, if that's paid for, whatever. I mean, that don't really bother me. But do you see what I'm saying? Like what built America in the first place? Blue collar jobs. And
I don't think you can just say one thing.
what
What about slavery? What about like literally the taking
there's
of
no
land
slavery. There's no slavery
in
in the
America?
USA.
You don't think slavery was a huge part of this? You don't think immigration was a huge part of this? You don't think that plenty of different things were a huge part of the growth in America? The position after World War II, geopolitical reasons, like
In a sense,
geography. There are plenty
maybe,
of
but
reasons why the U.S.
all
is in the
right,
position
but
it
then
is.
as far as immigration goes, they say we need them, correct?
Say that again?
As far as immigration goes, the illegals, they're saying we need them because our population is down.
Not undocumented immigrants. We need immigration because our population has been, or our fertilization rates have been below replacement since the
Okay.
70s. So yeah,
Well,
immigration
then
is a good thing for increasing population.
please tell me how America was the fastest built country, right? We were built in what, 200 years? I don't know. I mean, just a rough guess.
Fastest built
With
country?
with
I don't know how you can ground that.
look at our cities. There's none of those were even here back when Lewis and Clark, whatever,
Wait,
Um,
almost every city has expanded heavily.
correct. But
Wait,
this
do you see
country
the
was
chat?
built
It was built on free labor. It was built on immigration.
immigration. Well, yeah, we were immigrating. I mean, it wasn't necessarily our country when we got here. But my point is, I
That's
guess, is the fact
colonization.
that
I'm saying
this
colonization was a
country
part
was
of it.
built with half the population we have now. So what I don't understand is why we need open borders in order to
I never
run this place.
advocated for open borders. Who's advocating for open borders?
Parker, I've seen your lives multiple times.
And I never advocated for open borders on any of my lives. I say
No,
we should.
but
What? So
how
then,
how do you feel about them?
how do I feel? Well, I think that you should look for like background checks, criminal record, right, and
Okay.
then
Yeah,
also
yeah.
like
Yeah, I mean,
and also
if they're
like
legal,
vaccination checks. Other than that, right, the only reason you should be limiting people coming to the country is based upon whatever would be in accordance with like population growth numbers that would be able to allow for a better system, because there could be a certain level of immigration that could be too much, but I think that's
If
way
they're coming
drastically
here
more than what we
legal,
currently do.
if they're coming here legal and paying their taxes, I'm 100% fine with that. I mean,
Yeah, but
'cause-
you can incentivize the system to go significantly faster instead of taking 5 to 7 years on average.
okay, well, what do you do when you have problems with the teenage college girl that was murdered the other night?
What? Are you saying from undocumented immigrants?
Yeah.
Undocumented immigrants are less likely to commit crime than natural born US citizens. You can look at pnas.org, right? They indicate that undocumented migrants are multiple times less likely to commit violent crime, property crime, and drug crime in the United States.
Okay. But my question is, what do you do about it when nobody's legal? I
What do you
shouldn't say
mean?
nobody. When somebody's not legal, they murder somebody, correct? Rape them.
You have to say order essay.
Yeah. How do you find those people when it becomes a real problem?
How do you find people who are in the U.S. either
What
way?
what
I
do you
mean,
what do you
you'd
do
have
to get it under control?
the same way that they do it now. I mean, you literally would have to search for someone who's a U.S. citizen without having or much information.
Okay. Well, here, hold on. I just seen something in the chat. Somebody said, Alex, they are not illegal. All right. So
Yeah, most of the people
where
coming to the country are not illegal.
where I work with 7 Mexicans. Trust me, I'm not I'm not proud of it, but I am one of the managers now, and in order to keep my job, I kind of have to put up with it for now. And all 6 of them are illegal,
So you're
and
hiring
he'll
people
straight
who
up
are
admit it.
illegal?
I'm not. No,
So
I
you're
don't
managing
hire.
people who are illegal.
Correct.
So you've just admitted to a federal crime.
Not me. I've
Not
no.
trolling. You've literally you know about it, right? And you're
hmm
continuing to act in a part with the person who's doing it. So you just admitted to a federal crime on my live stream.
Okay, but that's not my issue.
Do
I've
you
done
not
my
realize
part
what
and
you
I've
just
gone
did?
in. This
Wait,
okay, but
if you
Parker,
care
this
about
is why it
undocumented
bothers
immigrants
me.
in the country, why don't you tell on them?
I've tried. I didn't run to
You've
anybody yet,
tried?
but this is my question. This is why it bothers me because I'm at a point now, if I run to somebody, there goes my job, correct? And I get paid very well at 21 years old, very, very well because of what I've done and the life choices I've
So
made.
you're benefiting off of illegal immigration. So
No, I'm not. I'm benefiting off of dropping out of school at 16 to work full time.
no, but like if there wasn't illegal immigration, who would you be managing?
Americans.
Okay, so you'd still be a manager? So
Yeah,
then why don't you tell on them?
because there goes literally over half of our crew.
Okay, so
And then
doesn't that go against you? Doesn't it go
there
against your
goes my
values for you to
job and
not
my
tell on them?
position. There
You
goes
think
my
it's such
job
a
and my
bad
position.
okay, so then you would lose your position if it wasn't for undocumented immigrants.
Well, yeah, if I got
Why don't you
8
just
of them,
hire some
if I got 8 of them
Americans?
fired,
Why don't you hire some Americans?
we do have Americans.
Okay, well hire more Americans if you get rid of them. So why don't you tell on them?
To who?
You to illegal to like immigration services.
I mean, I probably could, but then there goes my job.
Again, so your job is predicated off of there being illegal immigration.
No, my job is to work and mind my own business, and that's what I do.
Wait, but like you said, if there wasn't illegal immigration, right, as it relates to this particular scenario, that you wouldn't have your job. So your
No,
job is
we
dependent
would
upon
have
that.
Americans.
You just got flagged for hate speech and hateful behaviors. I got to go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Let's get the next person up here. Keep tapping that screen, everyone. Let's try to get to 250,000 likes, everyone. Share the live as well. Send it to your friends if you want to support me. As always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio. Yo, what's up? How old are you? I can't believe that guy literally admitted to a federal crime on live stream. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Peter, are you there, bro? Is there a way you can move closer to your mic? I can't hear you at all, really.
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you now. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Absolutely.
Why so?
Used to play golf with him, and he's a nice guy.
So you used to play golf with him, and he's a nice guy. That's why you're going to vote for him?
And I believe he's been railroaded. So if you want to get into all that,
How has he been railroaded?
what other U.S. president has ever gone through anything like this? So which
What
ones?
if the U.S. president, quite literally, has been a proven sexual abuser, a proven fraudster, someone who's been lied about the election for multiple times, right?
Let's
Incited
do
an
it.
insurrection at the Capitol. I mean, there are
Let's do
plenty of things that
wait,
he's
wait,
done
let's
that were
do the
not done by
second.
other types of presidents. Like there were more people in proportionally his administration that were indicted than under fucking Nixon's.
Let's do the sexual one. What was he accused of?
Oh no, he was held liable and had to pay $5 million in damages for sexual abuse, right? 83
And
million
who
for
is
defamation that he
who,
was held liable for. He also had
who
to pay
is that
300.
girl? Who is that girl?
Eugene Carroll.
I
And
don't
the
know
person
that.
he also mistook for his ex-wife. So he mistook a person he was proven to have sexually abused for his ex-wife.
Okay. All right, let's get into the good stuff. Why are our gas prices so high?
Why are gas prices so high? Because OPEC limited their distribution of oil worldwide. Ben, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. The Russia-Ukraine situation, which would have happened regardless of Trump or Biden in office.
And was Biden the one that opened the floodgates on our reserves and just depleted the crap out of them and bought it at a higher price, killing us tax people?
Wait, how did he buy it? When did he buy it? He
Well,
let them out into the market,
depleted-
which lowered the prices. He also let
he
them out globally
depleted
to
the
lower
gas.
global commodity prices.
Artificially, they came down a little bit, and now he depleted our gas, our oil reserves.
He
right?
depleted the reserves to lower prices. That's exactly what you have reserves for.
Correct. But now the other side raises it up. Now we have to buy it back at a higher price, killing the tax people.
Now, why would we have to? So you're saying that to have the reserves we have, but the whole point of using reserve or having reserves is to
I'm just
use them
pointing
in
out
rainy
that
days.
Trump's a
This is a
better
fucking
business.
rainy day. This is the time to use it.
Yeah, but okay. Trump is a way better businessman than Biden, and all of them are puppets anyway.
How
'cause
many
they're not
bankruptcies did he have?
according to what I've read, none.
Oh, he's had like 6 bankruptcies. He also inherited hundreds of millions of dollars, right? And got a small loan of $1 million. So if Biden inherited hundreds of millions, right, and got a small loan of
Where
$1
did he
million
get- where did he
and
get
grew up with a
hundreds of
fucking
millions?
gold spoon and literally was told what he could possibly do because he had a dad that was in business that made hundreds of millions of dollars, well then yeah, I think that Biden might have had a good chance at having even more money than Trump does.
Okay, well, I was in a stock called FRPT back in the day. Okay, and Biden was head honcho of that stock. That would be the flat holes on the bottom of the Jeeps over there in the Gulf War. They were flat holes. FRPT came up with a V-shaped hole, which blew the IUDs outwards rather than upwards. That stock was completely manipulated because I had about 50 million shares of it, and Mr. Biden was like very into that stock.
So you made money.
No, I waited.
I can't really hear you.
I waited about 6 years.
I can barely hear you, by the way.
I waited about 6 years after the war, and it never went up, so I sold out.
Oh, okay. So because the price never went
I don't
up,
care whether I made
you're
money.
blaming Biden?
No, I just watched what went on in that stock, all the insider trading and all, you know. So everybody's corrupt, but I don't find him to be the worst of two evils, because
Oh, so you don't think a proven sexual abuser, a proven fraudster, someone who's been lying about the election for the past few years, right? Someone who's quite literally a threat to democracy, sent 83% of the taxes of the top 1% engaged in a Muslim ban, right? Has been caught literally asking for votes, trying to, literally socially pressure Mike Pence not to certify the election results. I mean, I can
that
point
was
to plenty
that
of
was
things.
within his rights to ask him to do that. To delay
Oh,
him.
yeah. And do you think that's a good thing to do, even if it was within his rights?
No, I didn't say it was good or bad. I just
I'm
said,
asking you, do you think it's a good thing for him to do?
under the circumstances, sure. But now, wait a minute. Now, wait.
You think that was a good thing for him
Now,
to do,
wait a
for him to
second.
try to get Pence to not certify the election results?
No, wait a second. I got a good one for you, because I look at all sides. I believe that Trump had the keys to the kingdom and dogged Hillary. I believe that side. I believe the Republicans cheated at that point because there was no way for him to overtake Hillary.
You believe the Republicans cheated in 2016?
I believe somebody understands how it all works, and the Republicans got the best
Okay,
of the
you don't
Democrats.
have sufficient evidence to indicate that there was enough
Uh,
election
no,
fraud to overturn
Trump
the
should never.
2016
No,
election.
I was
Trump,
about to turn
even though
this
I don't like
into
Trump, he won the 2016 election. Okay, but if there was this idea that like, oh, Trump is trying to go against the corruption and he's trying to be taken down, the corrupt individuals are taking them down. Why didn't they take him down in 2016? Why did they
can't-
wait until 2024 to do this?
Well, why can't they take them down? They don't seem to have anything on them.
Oh, okay, so
can't
they don't
take
have
them-
much control then. So if they don't have much control and they're just trying to take them down for everything and they're so corrupt, right? How come their corruption doesn't allow for them to control this, but they can control the election? Appreciate the chili. Thank you so much.
Well, I've done a lot of.
They seriously
I've
can't
done
get
a
the
pretty
court
deep
cases to
dive
go
on the
through
other-
expedited quickly, but they can change the results
I'm
of the
just
election.
saying both sides cheat.
Yeah, and you have no
because-
sufficient evidence to indicate that they cheat enough to overturn the elections.
I've seen a lot of video of
What
weird
evidence?
stuff. I've seen a lot of video of weird stuff that went on.
What video?
Videos of after-hour closings and stuff being wheeled in and stuff being wheeled out.
Oh, okay. So was this submitted into the courts?
Well, I have no idea.
Okay, well, 17
I'm not
federally
into it.
appointed.
I'm not into it. I'm not into it that deep.
Well, here's
believe
what's
both.
crazy. 17 federally appointed judges specifically set into place by Trump, right? Oversaw these different types of court cases. None of them indicated sufficient evidence to overturn the election. So either Trump appointed corrupt judges and is bad at appointing judges, or he lost the election. Now, which one do you believe it?
Well, if the tables were turned, we'd be saying the same thing about the other side right now, depending on your
Do you want to answer
position.
the question?
Ask me one more time, please.
Okay, so there were 17 federally appointed judges specifically by Trump that oversaw cases related to the election and the election fraud, did not indicate sufficient evidence to overturn the election. Therefore, they either are treasonous judges because Trump won the election and they stole the
No, I'll
election
say
from
they
them,
did their-
or he
I'll
lost
say-
the election. Now, which one is it?
I'll say they did their job properly.
Okay, if they did their job properly, that means that Trump lost the election.
You could say that if it hasn't been appealed.
Okay, so
To the
if
Supreme Court.
he lost the election, then he's a threat to democracy because he's been claiming that he won the election years after, right? Getting a huge portion of the Republican populace to believe that the election was stolen without sufficient evidence. Do you think this can have any impact on future politics, on precedents for the future?
I think all that stuff that you just said started with Hillary because it was okay for Hillary to go on every late
It
night
wasn't.
show.
It wasn't okay for Hillary, and Hillary's
Hillary
not running
did the
again.
same-
If Hillary was running again, I'd be out here arguing against Hillary as well.
Okay, that's fair.
And Hillary has not taken it to the extent of Trump. Trump quite literally
Yeah,
got
no,
people to go.
Hillary's-
Do you remember January 6th?
Dude, I lived through 4 years of Hillary.
Do you remember January 6th?
Yes.
Okay, so if you remember January 6th, you remember that he was trying to make the people believe the election was stolen from them, that they got to go take their country back, that they should fight like hell, right?
Those are.
And that can have an impact on them then engaging further. And people just saying, oh, it was mostly peaceful. Okay, sure. Right. What about the people that were there with guillotines? What about the people with intended plans?
What about Pelosi?
What about the time that it took
what about
Trump
Pelosi
to
not-
actually tell them to stop doing this? How long did
What
it take
about
him?
Pelosi
3-4
telling
hours?
the National Guard to stand down?
How long after?
Weeks before.
Nancy, I
She
appreciate
didn't
the fireworks. Thank you so much. Oh, you're talking about something else. What information do you have to justify that?
Well, that's already in the records. I'd have to go find it for you. But she didn't.
Show me.
She didn't go to the mayor and invoke the.
Wait, what evidence do you have for that?
It's written. You'd have to go find
Written
that.
where?
I don't know. I'd go to Google and find it if I really had to, but I'm not doing that.
So you're
I'm
saying
just telling you.
Pelosi told...
We all know that Pelosi didn't have backup for the amount of people that were supposed to be there, and the mayor being Democratic.
So
also.
I have an article from AP News right now that says Pelosi did not block the National Guard from Capitol on January 6th. It's a fact check from this specifically. Okay. You're cutting out. I can't hear you right now.
Not block the National Guard, but she did not ask for any more help, and she was Sergeant of Arms of that day.
So she didn't block it. You're just saying she didn't call for it. Appreciate the handout.
No,
Thank
she
you
didn't
so
block
much.
for it. She just didn't call for it. They had mediocre security around there for that
Can
many.
you show me evidence she didn't call?
I on another live. I'd have to go dig it out, but we've all heard it. I'd have to do it at a different time.
Was it her job to call?
Yes, she's the one that oversaw security that day.
So you're saying
But no
that
matter how many people came to the front door, they should
I
have
don't
been.
even know where you'd get this information.
It was just one I threw out there for you.
Yeah, okay. So I don't see anywhere that
But I-
indicates that this is her
But I
job.
still think that Trump, I don't care what
It says Trump or it says no, it's supposed to be Trump that requests it. That's Trump's job. So Trump is the one that didn't call it. Okay. You
No, Trump
are-
needs to go to Pelosi.
Yeah,
to
Trump
do it.
needed to
to go to
call it. He did
Pelosi
not
to
know.
get
He
it.
did not have to go to
Pelosi
Pelosi.
needs
There's
to
no
have-
evidence indicating that he has to go to Pelosi.
That's not how that works.
Oh, really? Show me any evidence that it was otherwise, because I have an AP News article that indicates that it was Trump's right here.
Okay, Trump doesn't call for the security. He asked the people at the Capitol, and the person in charge of that was Pelosi. Pelosi then asked the mayor. The mayor then asked for the guard to come down. That was called off. The guard, they didn't think it was necessary. But if you're going to have that many people present for what was going on that day, you would think they would have had more security. But that's
Okay, so
neither
the
here
only
nor
way
there.
that you could trace it back to Pelosi is the House Sergeant at Arms reports to Pelosi, and the Senate Sergeant at Arms reports to McConnell, a Republican. Okay, so there's the Republican majority leader and the Democrat majority leader. And there's no evidence that either directed the security officials not to call beforehand.
I'd be very
Not to
shocked
call the
about
guard
that-
beforehand.
that
No evidence indicating that.
Trump asked for it. I know Trump asked for that.
Asked for what? After way after. It took him like 4 hours. Okay, why did it take him so long? If he actually wanted to limit them and he actually cared
it
about what
took
was happening
him
at the
30
Capitol, why
took
did it
him
take
like
him so
35
long?
It took him 35 minutes to come out publicly and say stand down.
No, 35 minutes. Show
No,
me
it
where it
wasn't
said 35
4
minutes. It took him like 4 hours, 4 hours.
I don't remember that. It's been a while. I just don't remember that. But I know it was not 4 hours that he told people to stand down as he watched it on TV or from wherever he was. But neither this or that. Trump is a better businessman and can get the country back in line.
Some people are saying 180 minutes.
Okay. Well, I know it wasn't 4 hours,
So that's like 3 hours.
but I don't want to
That's
argue
3
with
hours. I said 4 hours.
you. All right. All right. So you just asked me if I'd vote for Trump. The answer would be yes, because I believe he's a better businessman. He can see many more angles than. And we all know that the president is running the
Yeah,
country.
so would you vote for Bill
anyway.
Gates?
It's the mega wealthy people.
Peter, would you vote for Bill Gates or for Mark Zuckerberg?
I would vote for.
Over Trump?
I'd
Because
vote
they're
for
better
Warren
businessmen.
I would vote for Warren Buffett because he drove me to
No,
Rosenblatt Stadium one day.
Would you vote for Bill Gates because Bill Gates is a better businessman
No,
than
because
Donald Trump?
Bill Gates, I believe, is
Okay,
messed up in the
so it's not
mind.
it's not about how much of a businessman he is. Okay, so if it's not about how much of a businessman they are, then why don't you look at the fact that Trump is a proven sexual abuser, proven fraudster? He's a threat to democracy. 83% of his tax goes to one of the top 1%. There's a Muslim ban, right? There's plenty of things I can relate to. His rhetoric related to immigration is extremely problematic. I mean, he's been saying that like immigrants are like poisoning the blood of this country, right? He's also said that. Like as it relates to the context of immigration, that people who are Mexican coming across the border, some he assumes are good people, some referring to a minority of individuals in most circumstances, right? In any other sense, this would be considered an extremely bigoted standpoint. And why
Did
isn't
Trump
it
get
here?
Did Trump get us in a war when he was in office?
Yeah, Trump increased military drone strikes by 450% in the Middle East, right?
Did Trump get us in a war?
Oh, get us into a new war? Like, what do you mean by get us into a war?
A war.
Like, did he continue wars, or like, what are you asking?
like-
Did he continue conflict? What do you mean by get us into a war? Can you
Did
clarify?
he get us into a war like Bush, who stood there in New York and said they're going to pay for what they did to New Yorkers, and we started a war?
How did he? No. How did he, so that was a declaration of war? Do we have a declaration of war?
Did Trump?
Trump never.
get us
I mean,
into
Biden
a
never declared war. There was no
Did Trump get
declaration
us
of
into
war.
Did Trump get us into a war like the Democrats did? Like the Democrats were saying for 2 or 3 years going into the election that there would be a nuclear war because Trump's.
Oh, I never,
Trump
no,
really,
dude, I never thought there was gonna be a nuclear war, but
oh, hopefully, not, hopefully
appreciate
there
the
won't
cat.
be.
Thank you so much. Okay, so
But
can you?
just any war? He didn't get us into war.
What do you mean by war?
We didn't go. We didn't go into Iran and try to take the oil.
I'm asking you to define war.
Halliburton and
Can you define
Halliburton
war?
and the
Can you define war?
Halliburton and the Rhino Republicans.
Yeah, and can you define war?
Can I define? I guess it would be U.S. against whomever trying to take their oil. Let's say like Bush did.
Okay, so you're saying taking someone's oil. So World War II wasn't a war?
Whatever the conflict would be over. We did the
So a
Republicans
conflict.
didn't
Okay,
get us
so
into
Trump increased
war during
military
Trump.
drone strikes in the Middle East by 450%. That increased conflict. Trump moved the embassy from Tel
You were
Aviv
just
to
waiting for
Jerusalem.
the
That
word
increased
conflict,
conflict.
though.
Trump. What?
You just waited for me to say conflict. I said war.
Yeah.
According to the
You were
Democrats,
defining
Trump was
war.
gonna get
You
us
can't
into
define war using war.
No, I can't. Nor
Can't
do I
define
want
war?
to. 'Cause
So if you
we-
can't
'cause we
define
all
war, how can you
understand
say
what
that
war
Trump?
is. We understand
How can
what
you
war
even
is
use
when
the term
deploy-
here?
When we deploy our
Appreciate the handout.
people.
Thank you so much.
When we deploy our people, well, we're the guardians of the world. When we deploy our people and take a stance, would be war.
Okay, so are you saying that what war did Biden start?
I didn't say he started one. I
Oh,
just
so
say
Biden
Trump
never
didn't. I'm just saying Trump didn't.
Okay, so okay, so
So
what's
he's
your
not
point
a
with that?
threat. He's not a threat to our. How's he a threat?
I said
to
he's
our
a threat to
democracy?
our democracy. He's been claiming the elections been stolen for the past few years with no sufficient evidence to indicate that. That's the reason he's a threat. I've already shown you that. I've demonstrated that you multiple times.
And your premise that he's a threat is because he's a sexual abuser.
I said he's a threat to democracy because he's been denying the election results. He's a threat as it relates to people's safety because he's a
But
proven
Hillary
sexual
did that
abuser.
also. Hillary did that also.
Appreciate the
It's
super.
okay
Thank
when
you
the
so much.
Democrats do it, but not when the Republicans.
She's not
do
running
it.
for the election, and she also conceded the next day.
Did she concede the next day? I
Yes.
don't remember that.
Yes.
Okay.
She's also not running again. So even if she has the
Well, she
belief
would
now
ne-
that
she
he's
would
an
never run.
illegitimate president, right? She's
Well,
not
she would
running
never
right
run.
now. And if she was running right now, would I be against her? Yeah. Right? You can't deny the results of a fair and democratic election and expect me to support you. That's crazy. Right? Democracy is the way in which we hold politicians accountable. Why do we want to reduce that accountability by voting for people that dismantle the system of accountability?
So if
Appreciate
Trump
the
wins,
kid,
so
buddy.
if
Thank you
Trump
so much.
wins in 20, if Trump prevails
Appreciate the
in
handout. Thank you so
2020,
much.
so if Trump prevails in 2024, you won't be on the air. Will you be on the air going, "It's a fair election"? If he wins, with all the shit,
I
that-
likely will
well,
still be
sorry.
on the air, but what I'm saying is the threat to democracy is what I'm saying is that it's
Okay,
going to
that's
produce a
great.
standard where accountability is less likely to occur because it is the case that you're able to claim that the election was just taken from you, right? You're able to just deny the election results. You're able to deny the peaceful transition or things like that. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. I don't know if he'll be able to create anything further than what he's done as it relates to authoritarianism. But what I'm saying is that it dismantles the voting process because it, completely dismantles how people view accountability. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so if he happens to win, then we're never going to hear about it was stolen from the other side, from the left.
I don't think
We're not
you're
gonna
going to
go
hear
through
it
4
from me.
years of crappy
You're not going to hear it
news.
from me unless there's good reason to believe it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So again, my point here would be is then why do you want to vote for someone who's a threat to democracy?
Because I believe, well, they haven't put up anybody good over on the Republican side.
So then
and it's just
why?
fun.
No, no,
It's
no.
just it's
Why
just
is
it's just
Biden?
fun.
Why is Biden worse than
And
a threat to
it's just fun
democracy?
to watch. It's just fun
Why
to
is
watch the
Biden
left.
worse than a threat to democracy?
It's just fun to watch the left lose its mind. You know.
Why is Biden
So
a threat to democracy? Or not? No. Why is Biden worse than a threat to democracy? That's what I meant to say.
I didn't say he's. I don't think either one of them are a threat to democracy.
So you don't think that? Okay. So you don't think Trump's a threat to democracy?
I just.
So you don't think denying election results is a
I
threat?
just think Biden's a bump on a log. All right, and I would rather a proactive president. You know, that got out there and did stuff. You know, the
Yes.
reason our gas is crap is because he shut down the pipelines. He then used
No,
our
dude. No, no, no,
reserve.
no.
He then-
No, 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 no,
Nah,
no.
nah, nah, nah.
No, no,
I
the
heard that
gas
one.
prices
I
are
heard
the way
that
they
one
are
the other
because
time.
OPEC limited their distribution worldwide because the Russia-Ukraine situation, which would have happened regardless of Trump or Biden in office. Those are way bigger
Can you
influences.
explain to me
We actually
why we
produce
got
more.
over
Hey,
200?
Peter, we produce more oil in the United States now than at any point in American history. More point than under Trump's administration. We've increased oil production since Trump's administration. Appreciate the flower. Thank you so much. What
Would
makes you think that
would
it's
you like to
specifically
know
related
why?
to the production
Would
of
you
oil
like
in the
to
United
know
States?
why? Because when we're going to open the floodgates, his 4 years are up. He put that into effect. All he had to do was turn the knob, and it was going to start flowing. So that was all Trump, and it's all leakage
Oh,
over.
so it was all Trump.
all
so
leakage over
so you
from
attribute.
one
So why don't? So if
administration.
you attribute all of that production to Trump, why don't you attribute the inflation to Trump?
Because during Trump's administration, we didn't. No,
Yeah, man,
no.
it seems like Trump's fault. I mean, if you're going to attribute what happened prior to then Trump, it seems like it's going to be the case that Trump caused inflation here under your worldview.
No, it was him raising up the stock market and
Causing
Biden
inflation with the
com-
stock market? So Trump's
and
just an
Biden
inflation
and
causer. That's
Biden
your view.
and Biden coming in around 18,000, and because I'm in the stocks, so you can't tell me this stuff. He got
Yeah,
that
stocks are
moving
up right
eight-
now.
he
Where
got-
the S&P? Where's it at right now? Is the S&P higher now than it was under Trump's administration? Absolutely.
yes, because he laid the groundwork down for it.
Okay, so
And it-
he laid the groundwork down for inflation.
No,
That's
I
your
think-
view.
No, I think the New World Order caused that because
Oh, okay. So now it's
no,
another thing. So why don't you say that the New World Order caused this?
I think the New World Order caused that because the people overseas.
Why don't you think the New
wanted
World
to take
Order caused
over
this?
America? Wanted to take over America, and the only way to get us back was to raise all these prices.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right,
So,
making 2 to 3 people work in a family.
so
rather
why
than
didn't
one.
why did the New World Order cause the increase in gas production?
What? Say that one more time.
Why did the New World Order cause the increase in oil production?
Well, Biden shut it down first, right?
Dude,
OPEC
what
raised-
pipeline? What pipeline did he shut down?
The one going from Canada down to the Gulf.
Do you even know what name it is?
XL.
Okay, so it's the Keystone XL. He didn't shut it down. He stopped permits, which was already stopped by courts prior. So he expedited the process.
Shutting it
Which
down.
Thank you so much. He just expedited the process. It was already determined by the courts, and it would have likely already happened anyways because it was due to a treaty with indigenous lands, right? With indigenous people over those lands, right? One, and then two, all right, ecological concerns.
Okay, I'm going to give you that, but Trump would have ate through that red tape, and it would have come anyway. Okay.
Oh, so he would have gone against the treaties with indigenous people.
No, he'd have gotten everybody together and let them get along. And they would
What?
see-
What?
No,
That's not how it works, Peter.
No, he would have got through the lobbyists. We all know what Trump did. He all said he was a divider, and he actually was. He brought people together.
He would have gone against the treaty. He would have done it so good. He would have just gone right
No,
past
he
it. He would have
can't go
said,
against the
"Treaty
treaty
what?
unless
Treaty
people
what? I
agree."
ripped it up already."
No, he can't go. He can't go through that. He can't go through that treaty unless people agree. It's just not solely his say. How
Laura,
about all
thank you
the-
so much
how
for the
about all the jobs
$25
that-
on Cash App. Can we get a W, Laura, in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Laura.
How about all the jobs he lost when he shut down that pipeline? Those were lost. Those
How many
were lost.
Canadian
big
jobs?
paying
I mean, how
jobs.
many U.S. jobs?
I don't remember.
Okay, so
But
you don't
those were
even know.
good paying
And
jobs.
these are for the future. They're permit jobs for the future, dude. This wasn't
Yes.
even built yet. You
And
understand
then Biden
that, right?
with his big brainstorm.
How
wants
many
to
jobs
let
were created by renewable energy policies? How many jobs were created by the different types of policies that Biden got passed in Congress?
Here, I got one for you. So Biden's a big electric car guy, right? How would you expect? And
I think they need to add nuclear power.
and over there in Newsom land, over there on the left, how are you going to have purely 100% electrical over there in LA or in California?
The goal isn't to go 100% electric by like 2035 or 2045. The goal by 2035 or 2045 is
mark my words. That's Newsom's goal, and he will be running for president. And Biden will be stepping down. Trust me.
Dude, I live in California. What are you talking about? Right?
Okay.
And
Newsom will be replacing Biden, guaranteed.
yeah, Newsom would be way better than Biden, right? But
Yes, he would. He's a smooth talker, but he's full of shit. If I could say that.
how is he full of shit?
You just gotta listen to him talk.
Yeah, I have. And how is he full of shit?
California.
Wait, Peter,
Everybody
how is he full of
exits
shit?
Cal-
Tell me.
My corporation's in California. Everybody is exiting.
How is he full of
California.
shit? I'm in California. Everyone does not hate him. How is he full of shit?
No, I didn't say he's hated. I didn't say that at all.
How is he full of shit?
He is the smoothest talker I've ever seen.
How is he full of shit?
Well, the first one is put your mask on. He's out there eating. So that's just his privilege.
So he took his mask off when he was eating?
No, I don't want to get into all that. Anyway, Newsom will probably replace Biden. I think we'll be done in at that point because he's related to Pelosi, so it's going to get worse. I don't think he's a better businessman because we see what he's done to California, even though he's running one of the biggest economies in the world. But you can't tell me why is everybody exiting California then for Texas?
I mean,
Taxes too high?
yeah. So a reason why people are leaving in California is because cost of living is so high. Because there's so many people that want to live here that prices have gone up so much.
But you got a lot of room, so there's I live in Florida in a pretty big state, so.
Yeah, if people didn't want to live in California, how come the fucking prices are so damn high? I live here. I know the damn housing prices are high as fuck. They're way higher than the rest of the nation. Why? Because there's a way greater demand.
Florida's pretty bad.
There's a way greater demand. It's way greater demand than Florida. People want to go to Los Angeles. Want to know why?
I'll give you that. But the people migrating out of New York down to Florida have raised our prices through the roof too. I mean, it would take 2 and 3 people in a family to afford a house nowadays.
Yeah, but what is that from? Oh, by the way, what happened to Tashika? I'll let y'all know what happened with Tashika. Thank you for the raid, everyone, though. Oh my gosh.
Hey,
I was wondering why
I got a question for you because you got banned and I'm new to TikTok. I'm not allowed to DM, and they told me that it was over on, let's say, January, February, March 3rd, and it's not over. It's not over. It just keeps going on and on and on. Is there anybody you can write?
Oh, I have no clue. At TikTok.
Okay.
I literally get my account taken down and I have no clue to go against. I literally get taken down and shadow banned and everything. I'm surprised right now the live is at 4,000 people, right? Like the algorithm has been absolutely dead for me recently. Yeah, but like what we were saying before?
I don't know. We were on California. All right. So anyway, the electric car thing. How could you even?
Okay, here's my point. My point with renewable energy. No, I was just making one point. My one point with renewable energy was that there are jobs being produced in other sectors of the economy under the context of Biden's administration that Trump is not subsequently creating. He's not creating it as it relates to that because he doesn't even acknowledge the context of climate change. That's problematic in of itself. What about people in my generation, right?
Well,
how are we going to be impacted in future conditions by climate change, right? How?
My belief in climate change is just a vehicle to get our tax money and siphon it overseas. How come
we have sufficient evidence to indicate that humans have caused global warming and increase in the global temperatures since 1880 due to the context of the Industrial Revolution, right? And there being an increased level of access to carbon, methane, plenty of different things in which have impacted global temperatures, right? Do you deny the greenhouse effect?
No.
No, so if we don't deny the greenhouse effect, we don't deny the evidence as it relates to the context of climate change, how can you dispute it as it relates to this and say that this agenda is fake if it's represented and based upon science?
Well, what's his name was based on science too, and he was full of malarkey.
How so?
What was his name? Little short guy, white hair?
You're talking about Gore?
No. The guy with COVID.
I don't know who you're talking about. Fauci. Dude,
Yeah,
Fauci isn't bullshitting. What are you talking about?
That was all science too, which was all a bunch of malarkey.
What was the malarkey?
Well, I don't believe in COVID to begin with because
Of course you don't, right? My grandma
no, I
literally
would
died from
no
it.
because I had what should have killed me COVID in 2014. Because every year we get a cold. Can you explain why we get a cold?
Dude, you don't even
only
wait. You
in
don't believe
November?
COVID existed. What killed my grandma?
Your grandmother died?
Yeah, because she had
I'm
dementia,
sorry.
right? And because
I'm
she
sorry.
she had dementia, she was significantly more susceptible to things like COVID, right?
Yes,
So she died of COVID.
but every year we get some sort of influx of influenza into it, whether we call it COVID, SARS,
No,
whatever we
this was
decide to
significantly
call
more
it.
transmissible. You know that Omicron was just as transmissible as measles. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Christine, I appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Did you know
Sorry about
that
your
for
grandmother.
each individual, as it relates to the context of Omicron, that they were likely to transmit it to 17 new people? That's the same as it relates to the context of measles. So I understand that people are like, okay, let me not acknowledge these things. And a lot of people got it. It wasn't that bad for me. Yeah, symptoms aren't going to be that bad for you. But what about all the other people? What about people with pre-existing conditions that put them at significantly greater risk of being negatively impacted if they are to get a disease like this? And since it's so infectious,
Okay, I'm
it can get
going to
past
give
so
you
many
that
different
one.
things.
So that means that the governor of New York ought to have been incarcerated for what he did.
Well, I don't know what he
Democratic
specifically did, but
governor of
my
New
point
York
would be
should
is
have been
that as it relates to the
incarcerated.
context of Trump, well, very clearly he even pushed for this Operation Warp Speed. This is something I actually very much credit Trump on. Was Operation Warp Speed? This is something that's very
Yeah.
very important to getting the distribution of vaccines out to lower the cost of death.
Correct. And the Democrats prolonged that enough that Biden tried to take credit for it. Blah blah blah. Both sides are just got their good and their bad.
I think there's
And
plenty more bad on the context of
one
Trump's side.
administration leaks over to another administration, right? And you can debate forever who started
Okay, so
it.
my point was that the science is very clear on climate change. The science is really clear on vaccines, right? And for you to be sitting here and disputing all these things, I think is representative of exactly why you support Donald Trump. Given the sufficient evidence, you reject it and you don't accept it. Why do you accept conspiratorial
No, I
notions?
don't accept
the
it
same way that
because-
you did that with climate change, the same way you did that with vaccines. And Trump specifically predicates his entire ideology and
let's
belief
go to
system,
that- let's go to
particularly
that-
on
let's go to
individuals like
vaccines.
you, because you guys are the easiest to manipulate amongst our population, because you do not have a process to confirm or deny claims based upon evidence.
Okay, let's go to vaccines for a moment. I have an incredible immune system, so I don't get sick, right? Because I was in some of the nastiest restaurants putting in POS machines in the middle of COVID on my knees looking at grime, and never once did I get sick. Okay, so it really has to do with your immune system and what you can fight off. If you get terribly sick, I guess vaccines would be good for you, which would have been good for the elderly at that point. So I don't really want to talk vaccines, but I think that has to do with your immune system.
Yeah, but
Why was
vaccines
I
are
not-
extremely
why was
important
I
for the
not-
elderly,
I was
extremely
not- I was-
important for
I
people
never
overall because it
wore a mask.
reduces the absolute
Never
risk
wore
of
a
getting
mask.
negatively impacted by the point of the of not being vaccinated.
And you couldn't manipulate me if you tried. But
I'm
I'm
not-
just saying.
Yes, you
I
can.
don't mean to be
Peter, and
disrespected,
the reason why I believe
no, you might be a little bit more. You might be a little bit more book smart than I, and more well read. But I know what I hear. I know what I hear on your Democratic news, and I know what is then said, because a lot of people that I know, Trump, are on my Facebook page. I know what the real stories are, and I'm not here to disclose them all.
the reason you're susceptible to misinformation is because you do not have a process to confirm or deny claims based upon evidence and facts, right? You're basing it upon conspiratorial notions that are not grounded in facts, okay, or things that can indicate
But the
probabilistic claims to be true.
The conspiratorial theory was brought to us by, was it CIA or the CIA during the Reagan administration? So you can say they're conspiratorial theories. It's a nice word, but it's not.
Yeah, because if they had evidence, they wouldn't be conspiracy theories. That's my point.
Yes, but
If it's
there
a
wouldn't be
conspiracy
debate.
theory, well, then it doesn't have evidence. That's the whole point of us referencing it that way, right? I would believe it if it had
But how are
evidence,
we- how
right?
are
I'm
we
down for
talking-
being conspiratorial. I'm down for being anti-government, but insofar as that I have reason to substantiate that. Because if it's
But
not
how are
grounded
we
on reason,
talking for
you're
this?
just as likely to be manipulated as the people that you consider sheeps.
How are we talking for this amount of time and
Sheep,
everything
by the way,
that
it's
I
not
say?
sheeps. I'm just clarifying myself.
Yeah, yeah. What if we're talking for this period of time here? How is everything that I'm saying you're refuting, and your side is completely correct and ours is completely wrong?
Never said that. Never said that the Democratic
Well,
side is
that's
completely correct. Never said that the Democratic side is even perfect or anything really, really good. What I'm saying is it's better than the context of Trump. Right? There are plenty of things I disagree with the Democratic Party on, and I can very much critique all of these things. And I would love to be able to exist in a country where I can sit there and critique those things to the same degree. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much. But I'm too busy trying to pull the overturn window over further left because our country is so farther right. That's what we're doing here. I have to engage further right because it is the case that the country is further right. Right? If the country was further left, I can engage more with the Democrats. I can critique more of the Democrats because I can pull the Overton window more to where my position would be then.
So your position is left.
Yeah. I'm left of center in the United States. If you talk about economic models, I'm right of center, right? Because I'm still a social democrat. I'm a capitalist. I want our economy to look like Northern European economies, right? They have literally more economic freedom. They have more social freedom. Appreciate the cap. Thank you so much. Higher union membership, so they have more bargaining
How
power
do they have
related
more
to the
social
context of their
freedom?
workers. They don't have minimum wage. What's that?
How do they have more social freedom?
They rank better on the Human Freedom Index. I can send it to you, right? The Economic Freedom Index and the Human Freedom Index, they rank better on both of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, plenty of living standards they rank way better on, right? They have greater access to healthcare, greater access to childcare, greater access to housing. They have plenty greater access to things that are basic necessities in the U.S. that people are lacking here, right?
Well, I could tell you that in my line of work, I can tell you EMV for credit cards was 15 years before it ever came to America. We were lacking behind in that. I'll give you that one.
Yeah. So, So here would be my point then. Why do you want to support Trump when it's very clear that he is anti-democratic, right? In the sense that he's denying the election results, and the democratic process is the way that we hold our politicians accountable. You could say there's bad policy coming with Biden, right? What about the alternative, right? Trump being a threat to the democracy. Is a threat to the democracy a better alternative to bad policy for 4 years?
Do you think
appreciate the handout. Thank you.
let's say Biden won or whoever is on the left? Do you think that the artificial, just because we got the gas down to 3, everybody's jumping for joy when we had it down under 2, but when that gas price goes flying high again after the elections, and people get it wrong again because all we want to know is about our housing prices, our gas, and our way of living, right? What Trump does in his spare time, who cares? What Biden does in his spare time, who cares? They're all being controlled by special interest anyway. They're just.
Do you have any
puppets.
evidence of that?
What, that they're just puppets?
Yeah. Plenty of people make claims, and sure, there might be evidence of specific special interests influencing people, but do you have any evidence of these claims? Because right now, to me, this just sounds like a rhetoric plea. And as it relates to the context of gas is not influenced by Biden, right? Gas prices have gone up heavily in Europe. Gas prices have gone up heavily worldwide. Why? Because global oil prices have been impacted. That's not specific to Biden. And global oil prices affects commodities across the board. That impacts your prices in the grocery store. That impacts your prices and for almost every consumer product in the United States.
If Trump wins and he comes in and gas goes down.
Well, gas is already going down in plenty of different areas.
No, gas is not going down. It's fluctuating between.
It is fluctuating a little bit, but it is going down from its highest.
3 to 350. So if Trump comes in and knocks it down under 2 again, what are we going to say? That it was a Trump effect, or are we going to say
if Trump did something to influence it? Because there has to be a policy that you're referencing that they would have engaged in that influenced it to work in that particular way. If you don't have something that can reference that it work or it's influenced to work in that particular way, well, then you have no reason to believe it's just conjecture.
Okay. So
we're basing things based upon likelihood, right?
Mm-hmm. So we were set up to export our oil, and now we have to import it.
We always export and import oil. That's how our global markets work.
Yes, I understand exactly how they work.
So we were never set at a point to never import.
But he
We're importing.
diminished. He
Jamie, I
diminished.
appreciate the $5. Thank you so much.
We have more oil in this country than there is anywhere else in the world. Okay, and
That's
if we
true.
were exporting oil, our gas prices would be completely down. Then
That makes no sense. Exporting oil would mean that there's less supply in the U.S., therefore prices
But
would
we
go up.
have
You just
more than
don't
anybody
understand
in
the
the
law of
world.
supply.
yeah, we have more oil in the United States than anywhere in the world, but we're not allowed to drill due to these little places that don't want us drilling in them.
Wait, so no, dude, if we were exporting more oil, think about it this way.
Yes.
Less supply
We'd
in
be
the
a
U.S.,
richer
therefore
country.
prices go up.
Yes, we'd be a richer country because we'd be setting the price instead of the other guys.
Wait, you know, actually, technically, these firms aren't setting the price necessarily in this type of way that you're thinking of, right? They're still relative to demand curves. They can't set their price above the demand curve, right? They only have so much power insofar as how much the market grants them, right? And the particular oligopolistic firms can have a lot of market power where they're able to place it higher, right? And we can help that by engaging in competition. That can be helpful, right? But like, again, that's not being corrupted under the context of Biden's administration. There's more production of oil now than under Trump's administration, than at any point in United States history.
Because Trump set it up before he left.
Trump set
He
it
ate,
up.
he ate through the red tape in order to get the exporting out.
Okay,
the
so if you
exporting
attribute
to happen.
that particularly to Trump, why don't you attribute inflation to Trump?
Because I think that had a lot to do with the New World Order and the other guys coming into America from China, Canada.
So why don't you think New World Order was the other thing? You never answered that. Right? So you can't just flip-flop your explanations as it relates to this without reason.
Ask me the question again, please.
Yeah. So again, my question is basically, right, why do you think that it wasn't done by the New World Order here?
I think the New World Order had a lot to do with the supply and the demand of goods and goods from out of the country.
Okay, so if they relate to the supply and demand, how come they didn't influence the supply or set the basis for the supply to be where it is right now for oil production? Why wasn't the New World Order that caused that?
Because the object's to take America down and not have it be the guardian of the world.
Okay, so
China wants to be the guardian.
they're not predicating it off of supply. They're not trying to increase supply in the United States like they did with oil production. If they were trying to make the US less powerful as it relates to the context of oil, how come there's more oil production right now then? Appreciate the hat and mustache. Thank you so much. If that's what they were trying to do.
Then why are our gas prices up?
OPEC, Russia.
Why weren't they up when Trump? Why weren't they up when Trump was in?
OPEC was limiting their distribution, just not as much as they did now. And then with Russia, Ukraine, well, there wasn't the conflict to the degree it was with the context of the invasion in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean it was caused by Biden.
And do you think when Trump gets back, they're all going to run into their closets, and it's going to be the way it should be? Prices are going to come down.
Well, I think that there's been time insofar as that prices can come down because there can be substitutes. Appreciate the TikToks. Thank you so much, Tyler. There can be
there's
different types
so
of firms that
talking.
come and create in the market. So there's plenty of other reasons that it could be other than specifically Trump.
There's so many debating points for this. Nobody's going to be right or wrong.
I can give you plenty of reasons to believe what I believe.
Okay,
I have.
That's why I listen to you. I like to see all the sides.
We just got to have reason, right? Because if we don't have reason, if we don't use facts, well, then we have nothing to base our conjecture off of. Appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much, Kara. Is there anything else? Good?
No. That's good. I just wanted to chit chat with you once.
Oh, for sure. Well, is there anything else you'd like to talk about or add before I go into the next person real quick?
No, I'm good. I'm enjoying listening to you guys.
Appreciate it, man. Have a fantastic night.
Yes, you also. Sorry about your grandmother.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's go on to the next person. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's run it up to 500,000 likes. Everyone share the live, copy link, send it to your friends. We've been having a hard time in the algorithm, everyone. So do tap that screen. Do share the live if you want to support me as well. Venmo, Cash App in the bio. Let's get to the next person real quick. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. All right, everyone. Let's get this next person up here. Please, again, everyone, only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. Let's get the next person up here very, very quick, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am 31.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yes, I will.
Why so?
Well, I don't think he got enough done in those 4 years. I think he still has a little bit more to go, and of course, a lot of things to patch up since these last 4 have been kind of, erratic and all over the place.
What would he do specifically that you think is good?
Well, maybe changing some of our border policies, and maybe hopefully this time he does something about healthcare.
What border policy specifically?
Well, I don't have a specific one, but we have been giving an immense amount of money to a bunch of different countries to make better for their own, and it hasn't worked, obviously. They keep coming through the border to come here. Though we've already given millions to, Ukraine and Venezuela and all these other countries, yet all these people still leave their country to come here. So it does no good to give out to other countries, and it's just a revolving door that just never ends. So somebody needs to put a stop to it.
So we should not give foreign aid. So you're saying we should have gone against the Budapest Memorandum as it relates to the context of our treaty with Ukraine, right? Because if they gave up the nuclear weapons, we would defend them.
But Ukraine is actually part of Russia, like legally. Whenever
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It is a sovereign region according to the UN.
The UN doesn't have that right. They don't have all the documents.
Yes, wait, the UN literally is the one who determines that. What are you talking about?
Whenever they went into war with Germany and helped Poland, Russia helped Poland. They helped Poland get Eastern Germany, which is now their western part.
So you don't
So
think
they
that
were
there was
supposed to get their
wait,
original lands.
Isabel, let me ask you this question. Was this not a war then?
Yes, it was during the wartime.
Wait, so was this an invasion? Did Russia invade their own country?
No, Russia helped Poland get their parts of whatever now was called Germany, right? When Adolf Hitler started doing his invasions and stuff and going into Poland.
Wait, I'm not talking about World War II. What do you bring up?
Well, I'm just telling you, whenever that happened, they were supposed to get their natural lands back. So Poland got their natural lands back. Ukraine was Russia's natural land, so they were supposed to get that back.
They were part of the USSR. The USSR collapsed, right? And they were made their own independent region.
Correct. And they allowed that. They had their same economies for all that year. All those years, it was fine, dandy. But when they stopped, access to the Crimea, the port of access, that's when all their problems began, which we had no part into play into that. But we've supported them for some dumbass reason we don't need to. And regardless of all the support that we've given all these other countries, all this aid that we've given them, they still intrude our country for whatever reason. And they don't actually pay taxes here. So
undocumented immigrants?
Yes, immigrants
I don't know how we got to undocumented immigrants, but undocumented immigrants do pay taxes. They absolutely do. I don't know what you're talking about as it relates to that. They pay more into taxes into our governmental systems than they take out, right? Immigrants grow the economy, by the way, just letting you know. But if we were going to talk about foreign aid specifically, right, as it relates to the context of the Ukraine situation, you're saying that we would go against the context of the treaty that we established with Ukraine in 1994 with the Budapest Memorandum. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so we would go against that treaty. How would that impact global relations with the U.S.? Why would people even take into account what the U.S. has to say, right? In the context of their treaties, how do people follow the U.S. as it relates to their standards they establish with global climate policy? With NATO, the treaty with NATO, how do you know that they're actually going to uphold that?
Well, I don't really think they have.
So the U.S. has no reason to uphold the treaty with NATO.
Though we do, it doesn't do anybody any benefit. It really doesn't.
Wait, so I'm confused. So you're saying NATO does no benefit?
It really doesn't. It's not good for any country to really
Okay,
take.
so get rid of NATO.
They offered it to Russia. They never offered it to Russia, though they should
No,
have.
get rid of NATO?
They should either have everyone in it
Are you arguing to
participating.
get rid of NATO?
No, I'm saying either they either have everyone participate and have an equal share and say, or take it all down altogether, because it doesn't make sense. If all countries are supposed to be united and helping one another, why do we
NATO's
have
the
these-
North Atlantic Treaty Organization, right? It's not every country in the world.
No, I get that, but the more we tamper with this NATO issue
You
and
understand the
adding
whole
other
point
people,
of
but
NATO
we're
is
not
to
adding
limit.
any-
Wait, you understand the whole point of NATO is to limit Russian aggression into Europe?
It's
Is
not
it? It's
aggression.
literally a
How is
defense
it
mechanism for Russian aggression into Europe. That's the whole point of NATO.
But Russians haven't been aggressive towards us in any which way. And
They absolutely have. They've just invaded Ukraine.
No.
They annexed Crimea. They've invaded Georgia. What are you talking about? The whole
Invaded
established
Georgia.
point of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization is literally in response to the context of Russia. That's literally the whole point it exists.
But it should have already been eradicated, since it has been so long since they even did anything wrong. And this was
What do you
past
mean? They just
whenever-
invaded Ukraine. They did nothing wrong. No war crimes. Nothing wrong.
That was none of our part to play.
We had a treaty with Ukraine. What do you mean?
We don't need that treaty.
What
with
do you mean?
Ukraine.
It's been so
Ukraine
long
is
since they've done
legally
something
part
bad.
of Russia.
They've literally annexed Crimea. Nothing bad there, apparently. They've literally invaded Georgia. Nothing bad there, apparently. Appreciate the crane. Thank you so much. Apparently, invading countries isn't bad.
When did they invade Georgia?
2008.
What? No.
Not the state in the U.S. Did you think I was talking about the state?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god.
I was like, so what do we have to play in that?
I can't. Okay. So yeah, they invaded Georgia. They annexed Crimea. They've invaded Ukraine. They've aggressed into Europe. And you're like, when's the last time they've done something bad? They're literally invading Ukraine right now.
But that is none of our business.
We signed a treaty with Ukraine. We said if they literally get rid of their nukes, that we're going to defend them. Okay, for any other country that we tell them, oh, we want you to get rid of your nukes, right? How are they gonna trust us? They're not.
But we've put
So we're not gonna
nukes all
go,
around them,
we're not
so
gonna
it
be able to
doesn't
get
make
any other
sense.
country around the world to get rid of their nukes.
Nukes all in general is just a fucking terrible idea, but
I
we've
agree,
put
and that's why we were trying to get them out of the hands of Ukraine.
It just doesn't make sense, because we left a shit ton of things in Afghanistan if it's all traveled around.
We
and
leave
gotten
stuff in
all these-
every conflict. Name one U.S. conflict where we did not leave stuff.
No, but this
And it was none
like
of it's able to be.
major.
Most of it's not able to be used. So it's like
No, it
it's
is.
all
It is
destroyed.
being used. Oh, did you not see how some of them people were using helicopters to plow a field?
I would
Like
love
the
to see
most
that. I would love to
ridiculous-
see
the
that
most
one.
ridiculous
Two.
thing.
Wait, I'd love to see that one. Two. Literally name any U.S. conflict where we didn't leave stuff.
All the same though, we've been putting
You
nukes all around
can't.
them.
There's not a single one you can name.
They've been leaving things everywhere, given that. But we
Okay.
keep putting nukes all around them. We put nukes in Taiwan for what fucking reason?
Wait, we put nukes in Taiwan? Appreciate Little Crown. Thank you so much. I don't think that's true. Taiwan's near China.
Yes, that was part of the reason why Pelosi went over there. That's part of the thing that they were
Wait,
trying
when
to
did we
do.
put nukes in Taiwan? That's bullshit. Appreciate the
Pelosi went
sweet.
over there
I appreciate the
trying
sweet. Thank you so
to-
much.
That was one of their attempts. And that's why Russia got pissed. But
Why would Russia
they-
get pissed when that's near China?
because it's still in their hemisphere. Like it's
No,
still
it's not.
within range. It's
Taiwan
still
is the
within range.
Taiwan is the complete actual like opposite side of the world.
It's closer to Russia and China, all the same.
No, I think Taiwan might be closer to the U.S. And there's no nukes in Taiwan. Taiwan is literally near China. It's not near Russia.
Yeah, I know it's right beneath
Are you
there.
are you talking about Ukraine?
No, Ukraine
Okay,
is
I have a
right above
question.
China.
If it
Yes.
was the case that I appreciate. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the sweet. If it was the case that that NATO was aggressing upon the borders of Russia and that Russia's justified for doing this, well then let me ask you this question: in the early 2000s, when Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania joined NATO on the border of Russia, how come they didn't make a big deal then?
Because they all have their own treaties amongst themselves. They really do.
Wasn't
They-
that encroaching upon their border? How come they didn't engage in war then?
Not really sure why. Because they all have their own mutual like economies that tie in together, the mutual languages, everything ties in together with that.
Can you tell me where Taiwan is located?
Right below China and stuff. Korea and all
And
that.
what continent is that?
Asia.
Okay. Is Russia, right, where we're talking about, comparative right next to Europe, is that right next to each other?
Right. What about it?
Are they right next to each other?
Yes. They're like within range. Yes, all of them in the same fucking hemisphere, Eastern. Why?
One second. Okay. So here we're gonna do a little geography lesson real quick. Okay. This is Taiwan, right here. Okay. You scroll out. Let's go all the way over here. Now this is the region of the world that we're talking about. Right? Right here. This is the region of the world you're talking about. Here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's the relevance?
The fact that we are tampering with other countries that don't have any benefit towards the U.S. economy.
Marshmallow,
right?
I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. We signed a treaty with them. If we didn't uphold the treaty, how is that going to impact loans we sign?
Why would we sign a treaty with Ukraine and not Russia is the question.
In 1994, we signed one with the context of Ukraine. Why? Because Russia just collapsed. We did sign stuff with Russia, right? Just not the same type of stuff.
Right. Although Stalin died and all that shit happened.
When did Stalin die?
In the fucking 90s.
No, not even close. Not even close. He died in like the 60s, like late 50s, I think.
Who was that other fucker who took it over after in the 90s and then he just passed over?
The person you're talking about.
Vladimir.
I think you're talking about Gorbachev.
Oh. Yeah, see, I had him confused. My
Appreciate
bad.
the hand arts. Thank you so much. Oh, 53? Was it 53?
But
Yeah.
whenever whatever the fuck his name was passed and Vladimir took over, he could have instilled the fact that Ukraine is still part of Russia.
Yeah,
But I don't know why he
Ukraine
didn't.
has not been a part of Russia. It was never a part of Russia, by the way. It was a part of the USSR, and the USSR collapsed in 1991. So I don't think it being a part of the USSR in 1991 justifies Russia invading Ukraine, or justifies us not like helping Ukraine, even though we established a treaty with them in 1994.
Although their paper trail all proves that it is rightfully theirs, and they just literally allowed them to have their own estate, kind of like having, I don't know how to describe it.
But
like,
you think Ukraine is rightfully Russia's?
it is.
Oh my God. Why? Why is it rightfully Russia's?
It is because whenever they went in and helped Poland gain their fucking land back, they got their natural lands back. They were all supposed to get their natural lands back, meaning Ukraine was naturally theirs from the get. And
What
the word
year was that?
Ukraine just mean foreigner.
Yo,
The
Isabel,
word
what
Ukraine-
year was that?
1944, 1945.
What year is it today?
Fucking whole almost 100 years later.
Okay, 80, but like, what has happened in between? That entire country you were in reference to, the USSR, does not even exist anymore. It doesn't exist. If it doesn't exist, how the fuck is it rightfully their country if it doesn't exist?
Because
The
they helped
USSR is
them out
not
of the
Russia.
war.
The USSR and Russian Federation are completely fundamentally different countries. I understand it's the same geographical region, but it's fundamentally different systems of government.
But I don't understand then how would it not, how then, I don't know how to describe it. I'm lost. I'm at a loss for words because I feel like Vladimir should have taken it back as it should have rightfully been theirs because they helped Adolf.
Yo, Bella, I appreciate the Knights helmet. Thank you so much. Here, my friend Matt wants to add something real quick. I'm going to let him add something real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Matt.
that's what I think this will probably nip it in the bud Russia in 1991, or the USSR, signed away Ukraine from the USSR. It's called the Baklava Accords. They literally signed a treaty saying saying that Ukraine at the time is no more part of the USSR. They signed it away. This was Boris Yeltsin, the last chancellor, prime minister, whatever their fucking name was of the USSR, sat down.
Yeah. Gorbachev was before
and
that,
signed away
right?
the country.
Yeah, Gorbachev was before that. It was Yeltsin whenever it collapsed, right?
Yeah, 1991. So I mean, blame anybody, blame Russia. They signed it away. And then later that year, December 26, 1991, the Soviet Union fell apart.
Right.
So your whole point about them having native landing is moot because they gave the land away.
Yeah, I guess that was their fault.
Well, it wasn't their fault. I don't, it wasn't their land to begin with. They just decided to like take it anyway because that's how Stalin decided to do it. But I mean, for almost 50 years, it was under Russia, and then Russia was falling apart. They said, okay, you know what? Let's just sign it away, and they did, and then they fell apart. So they have no more claim to the land other than a good portion of the population is Russian speaking.
Well, they share religion, language, all that stuff.
Well, yeah, but we share language and religion with Great Britain. Does Great Britain have a right to come in and like say, well, now we're going to take over the United States because we share religion and we share
Sadly,
heritage?
we've taken their
And we owned you
shitty
in the past.
Sadly,
and
we've
we own
taken
you
their
for that.
shitty ideology of taxing till no fucking end. But yes,
You do realize that the UK government right now is one of the most right-wing UK governments of the modern era, right?
right.
Taxes are literally like low in the UK, which is what's causing their budget a budget decline.
Well, yes, but the reason why all these breakoffs was because they didn't want to be taxed. So they came here in search of something else, and then we ended up fucking falling in the same fucking hole.
You think that the original colonists came to
It was due to religious persecution.
Yes, thank you. That's what I was going to say. It had nothing to do with taxes. It had to do with
I was like, what taxes
That's-
was when they were in the U.S. It was taxation without
Yeah.
representation.
That's later on. That was once we were already established. But the Puritans came because they were trying to persecute them because they believed differently about God and Jesus.
I'm pretty sure the lords that they had back then were asking so much of their flock, so much of their produce. so
You
much
think
of
in
their
the
things.
year like
That's pretty much the same thing as
16
taxing someone, isn't it?
No. Feudalism. You're talking about feudalism.
All the
Feudalism
same.
fell apart in like the 1400s.
Given, yeah, that's Europe's stupid shit that they had before, and that's when they came here. And
You think they came to America in the 1400s? Christopher Columbus didn't discover it until 1492.
Hernan Cortez, the rest of them, yeah, goes on. Spaniards, yeah, Portuguese.
Yeah, I think you got your history a little bit mixed
They
up.
all did their travels. They all did their travels everywhere, and that's how we're so interbred and fucking mutts everywhere.
You think we're interbred? America is one of the most genetically diverse places in the whole world. You think we're interbred?
No.
Well, technically, every
so-
human on the planet is interbred by her
Technically.
definition.
Yeah, thanks to
So-
Adam and Eve. No.
Yeah, so technically, anyone who's your partner, you just consider that incest or something?
No.
Okay.
Weird. I don't know. Yeah. I recommend like a history book, like
We're all inbred.
Modern period. Yeah, we're all inbred. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's all I wanted to mention, Parker.
I appreciate you, Matt.
Yep. Bye, dude.
W Matt in the comment section, everyone. W Matt, make sure to always Venmo, Cash App him as well, everyone. Tap that screen. Let's get to 500,000 likes as well. Share the live. So Isabel, why do you want to vote for someone who's a threat to democracy?
Threat to democracy.
Yeah, he's been lying about the election for the past few years when there's no sufficient evidence to indicate that he won.
He did. And he'll probably
Oh,
win
what
again.
makes you think he won?
There was a lot of proof that shows that they tampered with voting crap. And like
Really? What proof?
there is a lot in Georgia, probably Massachusetts.
What did the Georgia audits say? Did the Georgia audits indicate sufficient evidence to overturn the election? No?
but it was still tampering.
What tampering?
There's literally dead people who voted that were
There's dead people that have voted in every
obviously.
election. It is the case that there's literally less fraud in this election comparative to any point in American history proportionally, right? Literally
It's fucking crazy.
it is literally the most secure election in recorded history. So if you don't dispute 2016, why do you
I
dispute
very much
2020?
said it. I think I can. There's been fraud in
Was
all
20 was
Louisiana
2016
elections.
stolen?
I'm pretty sure it was all just
Really,
fuck.
Trump stole the election in 2016.
No, not Trump.
No, okay, so then how did he win? I thought there was dead people that voted.
There was a lot of fucking people who voted that actually did not vote.
Yeah, but 2016 was less secure than 2020. So if 2020 was not secure enough insofar as that it was stolen, well then how was 2016 not stolen?
I think we just need better fucking measures when it comes to voting, and I'm pretty sure he'll follow it out.
Okay, so wait, say that again.
When it comes to voting, and if he was to be voted in, right, and he puts in these policies or whatever and how to fucking properly vote, because some places you don't need your ID. You don't need an ID. You just need to be on the registry list and be like, yeah, I'm this person, and fucking go vote. Like, it's pretty simple and basic, and they really should have a bit more of an intricate system to fucking vote. And we shouldn't have illegals voting either. I think that's fucking crazy, but we have that here in California now.
Wait, no, we don't. But like,
California, yes, they do.
no, I'd love to see. But again, as it relates
They
to
have
this,
rights to have a license and to fucking have an social security number now. So yes, they can
so you're
vote.
saying you said undocumented immigrants have access to social security numbers. That means they're documented.
Right, they're
So
documented
they're legal.
now, but they're not legal. They haven't even
So
finished going through
if
their
they have a social
citizenship
security number,
stuff.
they're legal.
I'm telling you. There's
So
a
are you
lot
saying they have a
of
tax ID
fucking
number?
fraudulent names. Whenever they come and cross and they have a cartel person bring them over, because it's usually them, they have to pay out their dues to these fucking people when they cross and they go work in agriculture. They're given a social security number. They're
If
given
they
a
have a
name.
social security number, then they are legal.
They're given a name. They're not given one by like legal status. They're given one by their cartel member to use for
Okay,
work.
so that's not an actual social security number.
Exactly. It's fraudulent and they can still vote on that. You don't understand what I'm
Yeah, can you give me any
saying.
source that indicates that they're given like a real social security number?
I myself have used like 4 or 5 different fucking names that they've given me because I was working underage from the time I was 15 and I was given these fucking numbers, dude. Like, you don't understand how fucked up this fucking
You
shit
just
is.
admitted to a federal crime, you know that, right?
I did, and I don't care. Like,
That is
it's
the
fucking
second federal
true.
crime that someone admitted to on my live today. Why are people admitting to federal crimes on my live today?
Because it's fucking fact, bro, and we're telling you, like, this fucking system is fraudulent as
Wait, so
shit.
wait, are you a legal citizen?
Yes,
So you've gone through the legal process or you came here illegally?
I'm legal as fuck, but I'm just saying, when I
You
was
said you came here
underage,
illegal.
trying to work and make my money, I was working as one of the fucking undocumented people using the
Wait,
fucking
were you
numbers.
were you a legal immigrant at that time?
No, I'm a
So you
fucking.
came here undocumented.
I was born here in California. I'm just telling you. When
Wait,
I was
so you were born legal in California,
and still
right?
using fucked up names.
And
Yes,
you were
I was.
engaging in identity theft.
Pretty much.
No way you just admitted to that on my live. You have got to be kidding me.
Nope. I'm telling you, all these fucking undocumented people come in and they're given a name, a number, and everything to use so they can work here legally. And they can use
Can you
those
give me
same
any type? Can you
numbers.
give me any type of like actual evidence to indicate that undocumented immigrants have access to social security numbers on this level to indicate that there's this much identity theft? Because one, this could just be like specifically around you, and two, you quite literally could have legal ramifications from saying this. I'm not trolling you, Isabella.
I don't really give a shit. Like, I don't mind, but I'm just telling you like it is. When cartel members bring these fuckers over, they have their set people that'll fucking give them their legal status here to be able to be here legally. quote
Okay,
unquote.
let's say that they can vote, right? In California specifically, right? That wouldn't really influence it much because they've like the U.S. I mean, California is already like heavily Democrat. Okay, so let's talk about this. First of all, I would dispute that. Second of all, if you want to talk about this, how does this at all reference whether or not like there was a stolen election? Because literally, there's no sufficient evidence to indicate in any of the audits that there was enough evidence to overturn the election.
Well, given most, it's just like nobody's identity is protected really, and for one, they have their set people that own land, that own agriculture places here in Cali, in Arizona, in fucking Texas, where they can go to and be safe from these like migra things or whatever, because they're quote unquote legal or whatever through paperwork trails and stuff, but really they're not. They're fucking fraud.
If someone is here undocumented, why would they risk voting?
Exactly. They're not going to go out and vote and be like, "Oh, I'm said
Okay.
person." But when you don't fucking need
Yeah,
an
so
ID, when you don't need an ID to
undocumented
go
immigrants
vote,
aren't voting then. Seems
when
like
you
they're
don't
not
need an
voting, so it's not an
ID,
issue.
when you don't need an ID, that can be an issue. People
Wait,
that
but
want
they're
to
not.
stay
You said
here,
that you said specifically they're not going to go out and vote.
most
Who would
won't.
use a fake
Most
social security
won't.
number to go vote?
You have no idea, dude. They'll be using these aliases for years.
You just said that they
Ranch
wouldn't vote.
Market, Ranch
You just
Market
said that they
here.
don't vote.
Ranch Market here in California used to be Ranch Market, then it became Vallarta because they had so many undocumented people working at their facilities all over
How do you not know it's
California.
just legal immigrants?
Huh?
How do you know it's not just legal immigrants?
Dude, there's this brown guy, 5 foot barely. His name was Winston. He, how? He looked like a fucking Jose, bro. Cause he used those numbers.
How is that? Wait, what the fuck?
Exactly.
That was just you generalizing a name onto someone.
No, I'm just saying that's the dude's name that he was using at this grocery
You said bro
store.
looked like a Jose. What are you talking about? How do you look like a Jose?
Because I know I'm fucking brown, bro. I know when a person's supposed to be a Jose, a fucking, you know what I mean. But I'm just saying, dude was using a fake name and social security number to work at this grocery store. All these grocery stores got closed the fuck down because they had a shit ton of illegals there, and they had to change their name instead of Ranch Market to Vallarta.
So,
And then they
there's
had
a few
to go
places
through
that
legal
have some
repercussions.
undocumented immigrants working there. How is this a relevant point to whether or not there was election fraud in
Because they're
2020?
not afraid to fucking show their face and say, "Oh yeah, my name is Winston." Like, bitch, what? They do that even if they were to go in and vote. Oh yeah, I'm sad.
So now
Winston.
you're saying undocumented immigrants do vote.
I'm just saying, there's a possibility that they will, and there's a possibility that.
So can you give me any
people
evidence
fucking
that
vote.
they have
And there's
changed the
proof of
election?
it.
Can you give me any evidence that they have changed the election? Undocumented immigrants specifically.
No, not personally, but I'm telling you.
Okay, so if you
from
can't,
my
then how can you? Then
experiences,
how do
this
you?
is what it
Then what
is.
is the sufficient evidence that says that the 2020 election was a stolen election?
There's just too much going on around it to not be true. Why would there be still talk about it now into this fucking year that we're
Because
in?
you guys fucking believe in it, and this guy's running for office who still fucking believes it. Because of people like you. I only have to have this conversation because y'all believe this dumb shit. Like, totally real. I mean, totally real. Why do
Yeah,
you
I
believe
guess.
this? There's no reason.
I believe this person. He's not like the other politicians that have like fucking promised a bunch of dumb shit. He really doesn't promise
Appreciate that mustache.
very
Thank you so much.
much.
He's gonna build the wall. He's gonna bring back more countries to the country when more countries were actually like sent overseas and actually brought back to the United States under his administration. He's gonna repeal the ACA and replace it. What? Like all these things. He's gonna make Mexico pay for the wall. Like, hello?
No, that's fucking crazy. Not saying I agree with everything that he's saying, but there is better things that he has to offer than I think Joe Biden does have to offer. Joe Biden's giving
Name one.
all of our money
One
away
thing.
to every fucking country.
No, he
Giving
hasn't. That was a
pipelines-
very small proportional. That was a very
pipelines
small
to
aspect of our budget.
Afghanistan,
How much money
pipelines
did we
to
give?
Iran, pipelines
How
for
much money did we give in
Venezuela,
foreign
but
aid?
our
Appreciate
pipeline
the
gets shut
confetti.
the
Thank you
fuck
so much.
down?
What percent of our overall budget is foreign aid?
Fuck if I know, but it's enough. It's enough to be like, why are we giving foreign aid if they're still fucking coming here? Why don't we just focus on America? If it is for fucking
Yeah, so
citizenship,
in the fiscal
good.
year 2022, the federal government obligated a total of $70 billion in foreign aid, about 1% of total spending. Okay?
70
If you
billion.
increase it by 3 times, 3% of the federal budget, are you kidding me?
That's a lot. It's a lot of fucking money. It's a lot of money that could have gotten back into Americans' pockets. Like, dude, we could have gotten so much.
What about
people,
what about the 83% taxes that went to the top 1% under Trump's tax policy? What about money going to people who actually need it in the middle class then?
all the same, the people in the higher class are the ones giving everybody in the lower class a fucking job.
Giving the lower class a job? Wait, upper class are giving lower class job. Okay, well then how come they aren't paying them more? The
That's how that
subsequent
is.
increases in real GDP have not been seen by the median worker. That means the people who own these businesses, they're not. It's not trickling down the money. They're just keeping it. Real GDP
Yeah.
has gone up. Real median income has stagnated.
Yeah, it's gotten pretty fucked.
That means, again, corporate greed. Why do you want to keep giving money to corporations that are just going to like hold the money away from you? Like literally.
And not much changed into Biden's thing. Not much changed
What?
at all. If anything, got worse.
No, I'm not saying that Biden fixes this. What I'm saying is that it leads to a better system. It moves the what's it called? The Overton window to the left, which allows for there to be more accountability as it relates to the context of taxation to be applied to the rich. Republicans aren't advocating for that. Moderate Democrats aren't advocating for that. The people who are advocating for that are progressive Democrats. Stop giving tax breaks to millionaires, right? And not giving it to the populations that actually need it, while claiming that we're giving so much money to Ukraine and not giving it to homeless people, not giving it to people who need healthcare. Okay, well, let's provide healthcare policy. Let's provide housing. Let's provide childcare, right? Like almost every other developed nation in Europe has, right? Let's do it.
I agree with that completely.
Okay, well, that's not Republican Trump policy. Those countries in Europe, they're to the left of us. They're to the left of Biden. So why vote for Republicans when they're antithetical to your interests?
I'm not really sure if that's true.
Wait, you just said that you'd be in support of policies in which are further left than Democrats in America, right? Typical Democrats in America.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna still vote for Trump.
So why do you want to vote for a proven sexual abuser, a proven fraudster, someone who's been lying about the election for the past few years, so it's a threat to democracy, someone who's engaged in a Muslim ban, someone who sent 83% of the taxes to the top 1%, someone who claimed literally recently that he wouldn't even defend NATO countries if it was the case that they don't pay 2% of their GDP as it relates to the context of military expenditure?
He's got a fact there. He's got a point.
He's got a point. Yeah, we'll let Russia take those countries that don't pay 2%, for real.
Russia wanted to be part of NATO a long time ago.
I mean, the whole point of NATO's existence is to reduce Russian aggression into Europe. You know that, right?
But the only one that was being aggressive, we've been the ones aggressive. We've been the
Oh,
ones
really?
bombing-
Really?
Yes,
Really?
bombing the shit out of Afghanistan, bombing Iran.
That's not
bombing fucking
Russia.
Iraq.
That's not
Yeah,
Russia,
that's
by the way.
us. That's us being aggressive to other countries.
Yeah. Yeah, again, as it relates to that, I'm against those things. I'm against us going and bombing those countries for no reason.
Right. So why it was?
You know,
under-
Trump increased
under
military
Trump, it
drone
was-
strikes in those regions by 450%.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. I can send you a
That
source
was
on it right
more
now from the
under
Chicago
Obama's.
Sun-Times.
Obama.
No,
was the one
450%.
to really-
No, 450% increase from Obama.
No, I don't.
He got
believe
rid of
that.
our ability to count civilian deaths. Yeah. Yeah. That's the person you're voting for.
Those WikiLeaks things where they showed the bomb strikes. That was under like Bush and fucking Obama's shit. That wasn't under
450%
Trump.
increase under the context of Trump's administration in the Middle East. Increase means from
Yes, I already know where
Obama.
But no, I don't believe that because for one, he was trying to get us out of Afghanistan. That went all fucking south. But he wasn't trying to stay there and cause more turmoil. He was trying to get the fuck out. And what did we do? After when
Wait,
Biden
Trump set
took
up the
over?
agreement and then Biden got us out.
Yeah, horribly.
Yeah, but that was no
Horribly.
different
And
than
then
Trump's
still
plan.
gives them pipelines to do all the oil shit we can't do here in America. He'll allow in other fucking countries. Oh, here, let me give you fucking spending money. You're low on pocket change. Let me fucking top you out. Like, he was doing
we have
that
more
with
oil
Venezuela
production in the U.S. We have
and
more oil
everywhere
production
else.
in the U.S.
But
now
our
than
oil-
we have more oil production in
Yes.
the U.S. now than under any point in U.S. history.
Right. Right now. Though
And
he
your
was
point
trying to
is?
fucking shut it all down.
He was
When
not
he
trying
was
to shut it
trying
all
to go,
down. Completely
yeah, so all
false.
plan fucking 2030 was to go all fucking electric, which is
No, it
pointless and
wasn't.
just
No, it
unfathomable.
wasn't. No, it wasn't. Not by 2020, not by 2030. There's a 2045 plan specifically, or it's either 2035 or 2045, specifically for us to be just like not producing more oil cars. That's it.
But
Okay.
that doesn't
By
help anybody
2045,
because
they wanted to
lithium
be,
is way
they wanted
worse.
to be by 2045, they wanted to be, I'm pretty sure half carbon emissions, or 2035 was half carbon emissions, right? As we are now.
Correct. But there's just no possible way to go down in emissions like that. Like
Yes, there is.
there has to be like drastic change, not just in through cars, but through other
Yeah,
things.
there has to be drastic change, but we need drastic change regardless. We need nuclear power, though. They're not talking about nuclear power.
What
That's
is
what
the
we
point
need.
of having a reserve of oil for 300 years? What is the point of it? Why do
Do
we
you believe
still
in
do
climate
it?
change?
I really don't. I don't
Oh, of
think it's
course.
that
So you deny basic science. 90,
not
what per,
basic
yeah, you
science,
do
bro.
deny basic science.
Basic science is that America
97%,
is
97% of climate scientists indicate that climate change is likely to have been caused by humans.
That's
Right,
why
this
Al
specific
Gore
climate
was like,
change.
"Oh, the glaciers are gonna melt." Here we are in this year, and they
They
still
are
haven't
melting.
fucking melted.
They
If
are
anything,
melting.
they got
They are
fucking
melting.
more frozen in the last fucking 2
That's not
years.
true.
They've
Completely
been
false. Completely false.
look it up.
They have
Look it
been
up.
they have been melting.
No, they haven't.
They have been melting
Go
a
look
lot.
it
You want to
up.
bet?
Last year they had the most
Isabel,
snow possible.
Isabel,
Yes.
do you want to bet that they have that I bet you that they have been decreasing in how much ice there is, right? You want to bet?
Bet.
How much?
Look it up.
The melting rates are increasing every year. Do you want to bet? How much
Where do
money?
you get your data?
Climate.nasa.gov. Where do you want to bet?
NASA's a fucking fake ass
Appreciate the
shit.
paper crane. Thank you so much. Do you think the Earth is flat?
No, not necessarily. I don't
Why
give a
not?
shit what
Why
shape
not?
it is.
Why not? Why
I
is it
don't
not flat?
care what fucking shape it is. It's all
Do you listen to
fucking
NASA
going
when
to
they
hell
say
anyway.
do you listen to NASA then?
No. Pointless.
So you don't. So how do you know the Earth is not
Nothing
flat?
in my realm is really that important. Like in outside of my realm is not that fucking important.
What do you
Fucking
mean?
stars, who gives a shit? Fucking Earth,
Do you think the
earthquakes,
Earth is
they
spherical?
fucking happen everywhere.
Isabel, do you think the Earth is spherical?
Who cares what shape it is?
You don't know if it's spherical?
Well, what's the point of it? What's the point of your question?
Do you think it's spherical?
What's the point of your question?
To demonstrate that you use science and that you're going to use consensus all the time. Do you believe it's spherical?
I don't care what shape it is. I
You
really
don't know. You don't know.
I don't care.
You don't know?
It could be fucking square.
Oh, she doesn't know if the Earth is spherical,
flat.
everyone.
I don't give a shit.
Leah,
what
thank you
shape
for the
it is.
$20 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Leah. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. She doesn't, by the way, chat, her view is so bad that she doesn't even know if the Earth is spherical. That's the level of absurdity that you've just reduced your view to.
No, I just don't give a shit what shape it is. What the fuck does it matter? Why do I need to pay millions to some agency to fucking tell me what shape the Earth is? Why?
You don't need to pay millions. What are you talking about? You don't pay
The
millions.
fucking country we live in pays millions to some dumbass fucking thing
To
that looks
NASA,
at stars.
NASA
Who
provides lots of
gives a
things for us,
shit?
and that's a very small portion of our budget.
A really stupid portion of our budget.
No,
That
it's
could be
not.
going to
You are.
other thing
No,
more
you
fucking
are. You are. You
useful.
deny science. You're the one denying science, and you're
I
calling
don't
that dumb. Like, come
care.
on.
Who cares? What I care is about like humanitarian shit that actually fucking matters. I cared that Trump wanted to fight against fucking sex trafficking. That was my main reason why I voted for
Wait,
him.
I mean, there's plenty of things that we can vote for outside of the context of Trump that would be able to help us with that. Uncle Dave,
But
I
no
appreciate
other
the cash
president
app. Thank you
has
so
ever
much.
been like, I'm gonna
If
stop
he wants
sex
to help,
trafficking.
if he wants to help child sex trafficking as it relates to the context of the border, why doesn't he limit the drug war, which influences child sex trafficking at the border?
Because that's attacking pharma.
What do you mean? William, I appreciate the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much, William. I appreciate it. W. William in the chat. Killer, thank you for the hand arts. I appreciate it. W. William, everyone. Thank you so much, William. Say that again?
Because that's attacking big pharma as one. Because you don't get all your pharmaceuticals from one fucking laboratory. You get it from many different sources. And a lot of illegitimate sources. So when you attack
what I
Big
was saying is
Pharma,
that the drug war actually props up these cartels that are then able to engage in sex trafficking.
they all tie in together. So when you stop sex trafficking and you take more of a look into that, then you stop the drug war all in the same
Thank you so
sentence.
much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the galaxy. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, probably, Donna. I appreciate it. So again, as it relates to the context of the border, right? Very clearly, you could limit it that way. What about the context of universal, broader access to healthcare? What about help with student loans? What about help as it relates to the context of COVID? I mean, the American Rescue Plan, the Build Back Better, the PACT Act, the CHIPS Act, the Infrastructure Bill, right? The Inflation Reduction Act. These are all things that have helped American citizens. Kristen, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
What about them?
These are all things that Biden has helped get passed. The infrastructure bill is something that Biden helped get passed that Trump wasn't able to.
Trump didn't give a shit about our student loans. That was something our personal.
Trump said he would try to get infrastructure passed, never did, and then Biden did.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, so I mean, Biden did things that Trump said he was going to do.
Yeah,
And
that
Trump
sounds
didn't.
amazing because, well, he did what he could in 4 years. Then we have Biden doing his dumbass shit, mumbling through.
Name one bad thing
years.
Biden's done.
Fucking falling off stairs, exiting out of Afghanistan like a fucking moron.
Trump set up the leaving of
Afghanistan.
Trump set up the leaving of Afghanistan. One,
And he
two.
himself.
As it relates to this, Trump, I can send you an article right now of Trump mistaking E. Jean Carroll, a person who sexually abused, a person who's proven to have sexually abused, for his ex-wife. He thought E. Jean Carroll was his ex-wife.
And what's much worse than Joe Biden molesting his fucking niece?
Yeah, that was not seen as that. What are you talking about?
All the
That would've
same,
been-
Biden's not
Isabel,
a perfect
Isabel, that would have been
fucking
support.
people.
That would have been submitted into court cases. Okay.
The diaries, right?
The diaries did
of-
not indicate that he abused anyone, right? What are you talking about?
He did too. There's like multiple.
What in the
pictures of
diaries
him
indicated
sniffing
that?
people and girls.
Isabel, what in the diaries indicated that? You don't know. This is just a talking point. You have no clue. You're just saying this. You're whipping out of your ass because you have no response to Trump being held liable for sexual abuse.
He did get. He went through that shit. Girl was 18. They had their own thing. He's not a fucking perfect angel. I'm not saying he is, but all the same, he's not a child molester like fucking Joe Biden was.
You literally have no evidence of that. Lex, I appreciate the handout. Thank you
There's
so much.
plenty of fucking
You have no
evidence
evidence of that.
everywhere. Yes, there really is. How would you normally sniff a girl's hair right there in public in front of her parents and being all gross?
That's a weird thing. That's uncomfortable, but
very
and by
disgusting
no means would I
thing.
consider that molestation. I appreciate the fireworks. Thank you so much,
Borderline.
Busy. I
Yes,
appreciate it.
that's
Thank you so much.
annoyance. That's annoyance.
And would you
of a
compare that to
child.
Trump literally being held liable for sexual abuse?
It is worse. It is worse because you're annoying a fucking child of 13 or 12 and you're smelling their fucking hair and being a creep. Like, why
I
would
agree
you
it's
allow-
creepy. Wait, I agree it's creepy, but it's not proven liable for sexual abuse.
I wouldn't want no pedophile as my fucking chief of command.
You don't have evidence he's a P3DO. But I
Yes,
have
I said
evidence
that.
that Trump is a proven sexual abuser. He's been guilty in the context of a civil court. Lexi, I appreciate the confetti. Thank you so much, Lexi. Scorpio Rachel, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much, Scorpio.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, we could agree to disagree because it's something that I just don't
Agree to
agree
disagree
with.
on what? There's a set of facts and you're denying the facts.
And so are you. Like that
What am
is
I denying
totally
facts on?
Biden being a total fucking creep. And
I agree he's a creep, but Trump's a proven sexual abuser.
so if he was to run again, who would you be voting for?
Biden.
Gross. That's fucking
You're
gross.
voting for a proven sexual abuser, a proven fraudster, someone who's been lying about the election for the past few years. What are you
would
talking about?
knowingly vote for a creep who likes to smell little girls' hair. and doesn't
That's
know
way
how to
better.
walk
That's way better
upstairs.
than that's way better than someone who's hold on. That's way better than someone who's been a proven sexual abuser.
3 brain surgeries, can't spit
A
out
creep or an
sentence.
essayer? Wait, a creep or an
All the
essayer?
same. Who knows? He probably did that to his dude.
A creep or an essayer? Which one would you prefer?
That's a fucked up.
Would
way
you
to
rather a
put it.
creep date one of your children or an essayer?
Mm,
That's what I thought.
yeah. Yeah, I guess I can't argue with you there, but that's just wrong though. All of it is wrong. So it's
Okay.
kind of wrong to put it into that
So I
perspective.
agree. I agree. Both are wrong, but that does not mean that one is just as bad as the other.
The other one's at least coherent. Biden is nowhere
Biden's
near.
coherent. I guarantee the first video I pull up right now, he'll be coherent. You want to bet on that?
Pull it up. Let's
Okay.
watch
For
it.
how much you
Let's
want to bet?
watch it.
How much you want to bet?
I don't bet money.
You don't bet money because you're
I
not
don't,
confident in your
I
position.
don't give a shit about money. That's not my main point here.
Yeah, because you're not confident in your position. That's the point I'm getting.
On the 7th of October. More than 1,300 people slaughtered in Israel, including at least 32 American citizens.
It's him
What if he
talking
gave
about
him
like
that
October
Scores of
7th.
innocents, from infants to the elderly grandparents. Israelis,
I'm glad he can
Americans
read
taken
cards.
hostage. And
What?
I told
I'm glad he could read his cards.
Oh yeah, because Trump can't. Do you want me to show you a video of Trump? Want me to show you a video? I'll show you a video of Trump right now. Literally not able to read off his cards. Well, let's look at this. It's literally the last video I just posted. Last video I just posted.
You're a nation that just recently heard that Saudi Arabia and
She got harassment and bullying, by the way, everyone. She got a harassment and bullying, so I have to go on to the next person. But listen.
We are a nation that just recently heard that Saudi Arabia and Russia will be reduced.
Yep, he can really read off teleprompters. Very great. He's so good. He's the best. He's the greatest at reading off teleprompters, right? He's the greatest. I've never seen someone read better than Trump. He reads the best. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 23.
Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
No, I'm voting for Vivek.
Vivek is not even running, but okay, let's go to the next person. And he said Vivek. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, dude? Vivek. I'm voting for Vivek. What? Dude, what? Okay, let's get the next person. Everyone, please only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Okay, this person isn't here. We're going to try the next, everyone. Give it 1 second, everyone. Keep tapping that screen if you want to support me. Venmo, Cash App in the bio. Keep tapping that screen and sharing the live, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Too old.
How old?
Shut up, man.
What will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Sure will.
Why so?
Because the way America is now. It's just,
How so?
well, the border. Just
What about the
Biden
border?
himself. He waited a whole year to go to Palestine, Ohio. A whole year. Trump was there in days.
Wait, the same event didn't happen, and he didn't wait a year. I don't know what you're talking about. That can you give me any source on that? And as it relates to the context of the border, Biden right now wants to concede on conservative border policy, but Republicans are not willing to support Ukraine. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. In supporting Ukraine, they would get conservative border policy.
Yeah, he could end the Democrats are saying now on TV. They're pushing for him to put executive orders that he can stop the border crisis
Appreciate the IC.
right
Thank you so much.
now.
No, he can't with executive
Oh,
orders.
yes.
He has to. No, they have to. You know, if he wants to shut down the border,
All he's
MKG,
gotta
hold
do
up,
is
let me
reverse
finish.
his
If he wants to shut down the border, he has to get something passed through the context of Congress. Plenty of experts have looked over this and have indicated that he needs Congress to be able to grant him the capacities to be able to do this.
No, he can do executive orders now.
Executive orders cannot do this as it relates to the context of the border.
No, you're wrong.
Can you give me
Look
any
it up.
evidence that executive
Look it up.
orders can do this?
Look it up. Look
I
it
have
up.
looked it up, and that's not what it's
No,
indicated.
he can stop the border crisis right now.
How so? What
Reversing
executive order?
his executive orders he put on day one.
What executive order?
He had what 712 doing with the border.
What
on day
executive
one?
order?
The ones he reversed on Trump. Look
Oh,
it
so
up.
are you talking about the Remain in Mexico? Okay, so if it was specifically policy, what is the relevant difference between the Biden and the Obama administration as it relates to policy about immigration that would entail
Okay.
that there's a greater
You-
level
you
of
just
immigration
meant-
now comparative to the context of Obama's administration?
Okay. Look up what Obama said about the immigration. Look up what Clinton said.
I like how
said
that didn't
we
answer my question.
are.
I'm going to ask the question one more time, right? What is the relevant difference between the policy on immigration under Obama's administration versus Biden's administration? That means that there's more immigrants now and less immigrants under the context of Obama's administration.
You're comparing Obama and Biden?
Yes, because what I'm demonstrating is that there's relative, very similar immigration policy, but there's differences in the amount of immigrants who are coming here. What that indicates to me is that this is environmental. Could be related to inflation, could be related to COVID, could be related to a destabilization of different countries worldwide. I don't know, right? But what this indicates is that it's not policy likely.
As far as the border, I don't get what you're saying.
Yes, okay, the immigration policy as it relates to Obama and Biden is very, very small in its differences. Okay? So what that indicates to me is that if there was less immigration under Obama and more immigration now, that it's likely environmental. COVID, inflation, right? Plenty of different things could have caused this to occur that are not related to the policy that is established by Biden.
Yeah, but what has COVID got to do with the border?
Because this relates to immigration policy. Daily 50/50, I appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much. What this indicates is that the immigration that we see at unprecedented levels now is likely due to environmental causes, not specifically Biden. So you attributing it to be Biden's fault that the border crisis exists, right, is not something I actually think is the case.
No, you're taking it out of context. What I'm saying.
What am I taking out of context?
The border itself, for the executive orders that Biden did on day one. If they're calling for a reversal on it. They're thinking now because of the State of the Union address that he may in fact reverse those orders. I've heard this all day today. He's got the power to. He has the power for executive orders.
Okay. Yeah. So you're just saying he has the power, and you're not responding to my points about policy. So.
I'm confused about your points. You're roundhousing about the COVID and whatnot, environmental. I have no clue what that would have to do with the border. That's not why they're coming here.
What I said is there's plenty of reasons.
They're seeking asylum. I don't know where you're going with the environmental and the COVID.
I never said environmental.
Well, that's what you just said.
But I said COVID and inflation. What I said was environmental, not like climate change environmental. What I meant is like the circumstances that exist at the time. That's what I was saying. That's what I mean by environmental in this context.
And just like the Palestine situation over there and the Israeli deal, Hamas and the Houthis, that's kind of Biden's fault there because he didn't tighten the grip on Iran.
Wait, how is Biden at fault?
Iran has got richer as a nation to support those two groups that caused this.
So you think that Biden caused October 7th because he wasn't hard enough on Iran?
No sanctions on Iran. How do you think they got the money for it?
Wait, you think Iran caused this? Can you give me any reason? Can you give me any evidence to indicate that Iran caused October 7th?
Iran supported Hamas and the Houthis were funded by Iran. When Trump was in office,
yeah, so I'm asking
that country was broke.
Yeah, dude,
that country
Hamas is not a
broke.
country.
Well, I mean, that country itself, you know what I'm saying? Iran was broke.
What?
Iran was broke under Trump, not under Biden.
So what made Iran rich under Biden? What made Iran rich under Biden?
The sanctions. You looked at
the sanctions on what?
On Iran.
Sanctions on Iran would make it worse for Iran.
They're able to export.
Are you saying that Trump had sanctions on Iran?
I'm not saying that he had sanctions. Yeah.
Wait, did Trump have sanctions or did Biden have sanctions?
Trump had sanctions. Biden.
Okay, and Biden got rid of the sanctions. That's your idea?
Well, Biden didn't. They're richer now under Biden than they were Trump.
Agree so again, did Biden get rid of the sanctions?
Yeah, yes, he did.
When?
I guess before he got in office. Now,
before he got in office?
What I'm saying is...
Before he got in office, did you say that?
No.
What'd you say?
I said that Iran is richer now under Biden. When Trump was in office, they were going broke. Their economy was shit. Their economy was shit.
I don't see how this is a cause to like October
Yeah,
7th.
sure, it's funding. Sure it is. Sure it is.
Yeah, so I don't see how this is. Can you explain to me how, let's say that the sanctions, right, do not exist anymore, right? Let's say the sanctions are gone, right? Can you give me any reason that this would have caused October 7th?
For the funding of Hamas, they've all said it. Iran funded Hamas and the Houthis. It's a fact.
Yeah, but can you give me any reason that this particular notion actually allowed for October 7th to occur?
They get weapons. They get
Can you tell me that this gave them the ability to do October 7th, and that they weren't going to do so otherwise?
Yeah, they gave them more ability. They get
can you give me
supported by Iran. Everybody knows this.
Man.
Everybody knows this. And
You're
the
not
other
really
thing,
answering my question,
and here's another deal. The New York case for Trump, that's going to be overturned. You realize what the Eighth Amendment is?
The Eighth Amendment?
Yeah.
You can remind me.
Cruel and unusual punishment.
Cruel and unusual punishment. What about it?
And heavy fines. That didn't occur to Trump. That happened. Way excessive.
Yo, Lenny, I appreciate the epic GG. Thank you so much, Lenny. I appreciate it. Sorry, can you say what you said again?
They were way excessive fines and cruel and unusual punishment. That will be dropped. I guarantee you.
You're going to drop cruel and unusual punishment under who?
I think he'll get out of the New York indictment. It'll go away.
Oh, you think Trump is going through cruel and unusual punishment?
Well, he'll get out with the Eighth Amendment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Oh, sure you will.
Can you give me any legal professional that says that?
Oh, that's a fact. Look up the amendment and look what happened. Look up the amendment and look what happened. Excessive fines.
Excessive violence. Okay, yeah.
Excessive
He's
fines.
not. Dude, come on. This is ridiculous.
Fined how many millions of dollars?
Yeah, but he was held liable
How
for these
many
things.
millions?
There's actual evidence supporting that he's liable.
That doesn't matter. It'll be overturned, I'm sure. That's way too excessive.
Wait, say that one more time. I'm
That's
so
way
confused
too
with what you're trying to
excessive
say.
of a fine.
Sorry, you're like kind of far from your mic. It's hard to hear what you're saying.
I'm sorry. It's way too excessive of a fine for anyone, even a corporation. Way excessive.
How do you determine that it's excessive?
That's just too much money. It's
How do you
never happened
determine
before.
that it's excessive?
Well, it's just the amount.
You're just saying it's too much. That's not a
Yeah.
determination of it being
That's it.
excessive.
Okay, let me ask you this: has it ever happened before? No.
Has it happened before? I just don't know of circumstances in which it has happened. I could probably provide
No, it's
circumstances where
never.
people have been held
That
liable
amount
for
of money-
$350 million. Would
That
you like me
amount
to
of
bring it
money
up?
has never happened to an individual but Trump.
You want to bet?
Who?
I'll pull it up right now.
One
Do you want to bet?
One person. Kevin O'Leary of Fish Tank even said so. Kevin O'Leary.
Just because Kevin O'Leary said it doesn't mean anything.
Okay, well, look it up. No one else has been fined that much. Not under that clause that he has went.
I got you. I'll pull it up.
Not one person.
So I've seen it for other ones. T-Mobile had a $350 million
Okay,
settlement.
one person. He's an individual.
Well, these are for Trump's businesses.
Okay. Per se individual. Who's liable for that? Trump? Right?
Let's
One
say it's
person?
unprecedented. This doesn't mean it's cruel and unusual just because
Sure
something's
it is.
unprecedented. But I could pull
Sure
up
it is.
circumstances where this has happened.
Well, I'm saying that won't go through. I guarantee you it won't.
It's not going to go through, you mean?
Yeah, I think it will be overturned.
What makes you think that?
I just know it will be. There's just he's got too much support behind him about that case.
Okay, so
And the
here,
document
here,
case
I
too.
have DaVita. DaVita is required to pay $350 million to resolve allegations of illegal kickbacks.
Is that a company or corporation or an individual?
DaVita might be
It's
a
a
person, or it
corporation.
could be a company. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's irrelevant.
Okay, it is a Healthcare Partners Incorporated.
Yeah.
So all of these are just going to be like different types of businesses. I mean, I don't see, because this is
Okay.
related to Trump's businesses.
Well, I mean, as a person himself, not as corporation. Yeah, I don't see that's going to be overturned.
Yeah, so I don't think it's going to be overturned just because I can't
And you
find
know,
one
it's,
particular circumstance in which it is the case
yeah,
that there's a specific individual, even though I can find plenty of different businesses who have had to pay exorbitant amounts on
sure,
this.
businesses. I'm
What's
sure.
up?
I'm sure businesses, but that wasn't the case with this. They're basing this
This
on
is off of his
his
businesses.
property.
It's business
That,
fraud. Yeah, it's business
yeah,
fraud.
well, it's actually
But he
his
engaged in
property.
business fraud.
Well, that was property. It's a different kind of clause, I believe.
I don't know, man. I think this is. I think I've given you plenty of reason to believe that these types of things can happen, and if not, be more. So, but you're just gonna deny everything because you just want to follow Daddy Trump.
No, I mean, to me, now, to me, he sticks his foot in his mouth. He shouldn't say stuff he says. Yeah, I agree to that. But when he was president, he got shit done.
What
And
did he
he
get
was
done?
they don't respect Biden.
Who doesn't respect him?
I think other countries don't. I've heard foreigners on
Really? Why
different
are Trump's
foreigners
approval
on the
ratings so
board.
much lower globally?
I don't know. I've
So they
heard
don't respect
people on.
Trump. His approval ratings are lower globally. I can send you something from the G7 summit where Emmanuel Macron, Justin Trudeau, and Boris Johnson all laughed at Trump insofar as that Trump saw it, baby raged, and left the event. I can send you articles that show Putin and Assad both mocking Trump.
But I'm just talking about people all over the world. I've heard them on.
Yeah, so look at approval ratings. Biden has significantly greater approval ratings in almost every country internationally comparative to Trump.
That's here's. I mean, to me, that's just hearsay. I know what
I can
you're
show
saying
you a
is
source on
factual.
that. I can literally
Okay,
show you a source on that.
yeah, but I mean, wholeheartedly, I don't feel that feeling.
You just don't feel like that's true. Okay.
No,
So that's
no.
called confirmation bias. Eric, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Even when there's evidence positing that you're wrong, you're going to hold to the same view without reason.
That's my overall feeling. I just feel that way. And just
Yep.
like the
And your
document
feelings don't
case,
preside over the facts. Facts over feelings, bud.
just like the document case, it should be okay. They got Trump for the documents. Biden gets the scapegoat of just that he's an old person or whatever in view of the special counsel.
Wait. Biden's old, but Trump is only like 3-4 years younger,
Okay, but
right?
when
Trump
I'm
also
getting
shows mental degradation.
I'm saying what the special counsel had said and stated in the report.
Oh, that he's like an old elderly man, who's
Right.
a good-meaning elderly man with a poor memory. Yeah, you could describe me as having a poor memory, right?
Okay,
All it
well, I'm
means
just
is
saying
that you
that's
have a poor
that's
memory
not my
relating to a
description.
particular
That's
thing.
what the Hurd report said. That's what the Hurd
Wait, why did
report.
Mike Pence not get charged?
I have no clue.
Mike Pence had classified documents. The reason he didn't get charged is because he did not demonstrate a willful intent to retain. Biden didn't demonstrate a
Yeah,
willful
but
intent to retain. Therefore, he's
regardless,
not getting charged. The
right?
reason why
But
Trump is getting
regardless,
charged is because he
both of them should
demonstrated.
be
The reason
charged.
why Trump is getting charged is because he demonstrated a willful intent to retain.
Yeah, but he was president. They were Biden
No,
was
he was
vice
not president when he was willfully retaining the documents.
Okay, well, I mean, when he had the documents and he left the White House.
He literally
But
had.
when
We have an audio recording of him saying that he would have declassified the documents if he could have.
and Biden had him as a citizen, that's an espionage.
No, he did not have them as. What are you talking about?
Biden had documents when he was a senator.
Again,
when
but
he
he
was vice
did not
president.
demonstrate a willful intent to retain. The
It
same as
doesn't
Mike
matter.
Pence. Mike Pence didn't demonstrate a willful intent to
It
retain.
doesn't matter.
It does
He
matter.
had No,
That is what
he
the law
wasn't
says. The law is
president.
specifically referring to a willful intent to retain the documents.
The law also says you have to be president. Biden was never president until this term here. He had those documents after he left office.
He has wait, senators can have them. Mike Pence is not a president.
He shouldn't have had him. I agree. Mike Pence shouldn't have had him.
Okay, but he's not being charged because he did not demonstrate a willful intent to retain.
Well, still yet.
You can say they shouldn't have had them, but legally speaking, he did not demonstrate a willful intent to retain.
Legally speaking, they could be charged. Me or you would be charged. It wouldn't matter. As a citizen, they could get charged. Yes, they could. The Espionage Act.
They're not going to get charged because they did not
They're not
demonstrate a
going to,
willful
but they
intent to
should
retain.
be. They should have been.
Okay, well then so should Trump. Trump should be also charged.
Well, if anybody had more right to as a president, Trump did. What do you know?
Okay.
Retain,
So you're going to make a special exception for Trump?
No, but I'm saying if anybody should retain. Did you see Biden's documents? They were all in the garage, sloppily laying all over next to his Corvette.
Did you see Trump tried to hide it in his bathrooms?
Well, I'm saying they were more
and in
organized.
similar types of things.
I'm saying they were more organized than what Biden's were. They
Barely.
were like
And wait. Them being more organized indicates more of a willful intent to retain, rather than just accidentally leaving them around.
Okay. And the son got all those millions of dollars from China. You know, that kind of ponders in your mind.
Yeah,
Did
Trump
he have
got millions
access
of
to
dollars
funds
from
of
China.
Iran?
Trump got millions of dollars from China under his administration. He took $7.8 million from foreign governments. That was demonstrated by the House Oversight Committee.
Well, that's what they said. But
yeah, you just deny
as far as
everything.
this Trump-
You literally deny every fact. Like,
No, I'm
and you're just
saying
like,
that-
oh, I don't accept it because
No,
I feel
mean,
like Trump's a good guy, dude.
Look at Biden. He was an advocate against drug, you know, with when he was with Obama, advocate about drugs and this and that. His son got away. Didn't he didn't get arrested one time? Didn't go to jail. Hunter never went to jail. That's a fact.
You understand that I could point to Trump's kids and be like, they've also used drugs. I can point to Trump, who's
Yeah,
also used
but
drugs
it's
himself.
also known that he had a gun by, you know, the school property in the can, you know, and anybody else, they still be in jail. Not him.
No, there are plenty of people who have used
Not
drugs
her.
who are not in jail. Okay,
Okay,
yeah,
they hate
I do
drugs.
think that it's ridiculous. I do think that it's ridiculous that people in this country are being put in prison for possession. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And Hunter had the gun illegally, signed the document, you know, lied on the document. Did he go to jail?
Did who
No.
sign a document? Sorry,
Hunter for having a weapon,
Hunter,
a
dude,
gun,
yeah,
registered. Yeah.
yeah, dude. Okay, that's Hunter. That's not Joe.
Okay. What do you say?
Is Hunter running for president?
No, I'm just saying that the legality.
No,
of
if
it.
Hunter's not running for president, then why is this relevant?
And Biden was against total people without guns and this and that. and his
If
own
Hunter
son
is
did
not
that,
running
that's
for
why
president,
he's
why is
bringing
this
up.
relevant?
Well, it's relevant because his dad was totally against people doing this, and look what happened.
Yeah, again, so
That's how bad it was.
the point is he's
Come
not in
on, man.
government, so like it doesn't matter. There are plenty of people who have committed these types of crimes.
Yeah, and your own son, but yet you're telling everybody else not to do whatever. That's kind of.
I'm telling everyone not to vote for a threat to democracy. I'm telling everyone not
you
to
know,
vote for a
that's that
proven sexual
hypocrite.
abuser. I'm telling everyone not to vote for someone who is a business fraudster.
Yeah,
I'm telling
and
someone
no,
not to vote for
no,
someone who sent
she's
83% of
accused
taxes to
other
the top
people who
1%,
shot Trump.
increased. What?
She's accused that woman that had Trump on SA. She's accused other people. They've got out of it. She accused more than Trump of SA.
Wait, say that.
There's other
say-
people.
Yeah, she accused him of grape,
Okay,
right? But
they-
the
they
but the
do-
jury
they
the
got-
jury didn't see sufficient evidence to indicate grape, but they
Okay.
did see sufficient evidence
There
to
you
indicate
go.
sex. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Okay, they saw sufficient evidence to indicate sexual abuse. So if you accept the determination insofar as that he did not grape her, right? Well, then why don't you accept their determination as that he did sexually abuse her?
I wasn't there. You weren't there. The only one knows him, the God, or whatever. But
Oh, so you can't say anyone who's in jail is actually like should be there because you weren't there.
no, that doesn't mean anything. Just because a woman lied too. Dude. You saying a woman can't lie?
Yeah, and that's
So
less likely to
then
happen
that
given this
happens.
evidence than him being in prison.
Okay,
Because
but that could happen as well. There's a lot
because
of people
wait,
that
and
went
by
the
the way, he
same
wouldn't be in
way, got
prison for
out of
this. He'd
jail
be, this is
because
just a
of it.
civil. This is just a civil court, by the way.
Yeah,
But
right. Okay, I understand. But then again, there's a woman that lied. There's been people
since
that
he has been
didn't.
held wait, if someone is held liable for SA, is it more likely than not that they did it?
Well, in her case, she's accused others of doing the same thing.
Oh my God! If you don't answer my question one more time, I'm just gonna go to the next person. Okay. If someone has been held liable for sexual abuse, is it more likely than not that they did it?
They've been liable. Well, yeah, but he can
Yeah,
also.
so you agree that it's more likely than not that Trump is a sexual abuser, and yet you still want to vote for him?
Well, you're voting for Joe, and you said he was a creep with your latest
Yeah,
conversation.
he's a creep, but Trump is more likely than not a sexual abuser. So why would I want to? Why would I pick a sexual abuser over a creep? Like what?
Okay, a creep. Well, he sniffs her. That could lead
Yeah,
to
yeah. 'Cause sniffing
sexual
hair is the
abuse,
same
could it
as
not?
sexual abuse. Yeah, definitely.
Could that lead to a sexual abuse? Yes or no?
I don't think it's the same as sexual abuse. No.
Okay, but could it lead? A creep could become.
Could a
an
creep lead to
SA.
these things? Yes, but we already have
Okay.
one that we have evidence that it is the case.
Well, okay, and he's fighting that one too. So
Yeah, and you're not
we'll
going to
see.
accept anything, even if it's fucking shown right in front of you.
I'm
Trump
not
could
saying
literally,
he's not
Trump could
perfect.
pew pew someone on Fifth Avenue, and you would still vote for him.
No, well, what I'm saying, okay, I don't agree with everything he says. Yes, he's got a mouth on him sometimes. It doesn't say the right things. I agree with you there. As far as this country, Biden has put this country through hell. I mean, the border, all this crap. I mean, this country, and he said on day one he was going to unite this country. He did not unite. He divided this country. This country this country is now more divided than I've ever known it to be divided.
Does that mean that it was caused by Biden? And also, I don't think that
I mean,
any
he said he
president
would.
is going to like
Did he
unite
not
the
say
country,
that?
right? I think that it's going to be a lot more than just saying that you're going to unite the country to unite it. I think that typically it's
what
going to
he said.
rely upon us actually communicating and having conversations. So I think that these conversations do more about uniting the country than just voting, or not just voting, than just saying that you're going to do it. Voting can unify the country, right, based upon policy.
Well, yeah, he said he would. Well, I agree with what you're saying. You know, I'll take people. I don't hate people because they like Biden, and I hope people don't hate Trump because they like Trump. We're in America, man. It used to be. I know you're younger, a lot younger than me. It used to be. Okay, if a Democrat got elected president, okay, and if you're a Republican, you accepted it. I've never seen in my lifetime. And I feel bad for guys like your generation there. This country was a lot better, so to speak, because of the fact if we lost, we accepted it and we got along with everybody. Now
And
there's
Trump has not done that. Wait.
Okay.
Trump has not done that. He's been claiming the election's been stolen. He has not accepted the election, right?
Okay. Well,
So Trump
I'm
caused the
saying,
division there.
I'm not talking Trump. I'm talking about our America here. I've never seen people hate each other as much now.
Rosalind, I
Since
appreciate the
Biden's
crown.
been
Thank
in
you.
office, I've never seen it in my life. So, that's what I'm saying. That's
Again, how do you
not
know that's
America.
caused by Biden? Because I can give you reason that it's caused by Trump.
Well,
Like, what's your point
it's
there?
happened under Biden's watch the last 4 years. I've
Just
never
because,
seen it.
okay, you know what happened under Trump? 14.7% unemployment, hundreds of thousands of COVID deaths. Do you blame Trump for those things?
COVID deaths. COVID wasn't Trump's fault. Trump didn't invent COVID. He didn't,
Same thing with
there's a whole
inflation.
lot of
Inflation
stuff.
is not Biden's fault, right?
Then there's a lot of
Immigration is not
CDs.
Biden's fault. A lot of these things that you're causing are Biden's fault are not Biden's fault.
I think, well, right now it's under Biden's watch. Nobody
Again,
else is
so I
president
named
yet.
things that were under Trump's watch. You did not attribute them to Trump, but anything that happens under Biden's watch, you attribute to Biden. That's called a double standard.
Well, this country is more united under Trump than it is now under Biden. I know that.
And that's a fucking lie.
No.
Biden has caused way
Man,
less division than Trump has. Trump has caused division when he's denying the election
I
results. I appreciate Joe
would
Lowry. Thank you so
totally
much. I appreciate the
disagree.
tweet. He's causing division there. He causes division all the time, and through the context of his rhetoric, you cannot dispute that. Trump, even people who agree with Trump, agree that Trump is divisive. Okay.
Well, there's people that's one against him and this and that. But how many people have had 91 indictments against you in a political year? It's never been before. Never.
Well, it's also unprecedented
That's
that
a
he's a mugshot. It's
Democratic
also
narrative right there.
unprecedented the amount of people in his administration that have been indicted. It's also unprecedented for him to deny the election in the way that he did. It's unprecedented for there to be January 6th. It's unprecedented for plenty of different things that we can talk about in the context of Trump's administration. Just because it's unprecedented does not mean it's wrong.
Well, okay, they all say, it was an insurrection. He was never charged. They keep crying about this
No,
insurrection.
Alicia, I appreciate
Was
the
he
hand arts. Thank
charged?
you so much.
Why
Because
wasn't he
they just went
charged?
through the Supreme Court just determined this. Right. Congress has to define what an insurrection is.
Okay, just now we're hearing that. But he was
Yeah,
never
because
charged.
it was appealed to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, appeal to them. But the special counsel couldn't do it. They went after 71, whatever deal it was. I forget the Klansman Act and the other act. I forget. It's never been used in like 200 years.
I don't know what you're talking about there.
Well, I mean, there's the ones that Jack Smith is going after him on, the charges there. They haven't been used. Those charges haven't been used in like forever.
I don't know about all the charges. What I would reference is the things that he's been held liable for. Have you heard me once here mention specifically, like just out of my own back, right, the amount of charges specifically targeted towards Trump? No. Right? I've mentioned things that he's been held liable for. I mean, I think the charges can be relevant in being like, okay, well, this could indicate something wrong, but I don't think it's necessarily like ground proof of something happening, right? Like when we look at Trump's administration, the indictments in Trump's administration, that indicates there's likely something off there that's not just specifically related to Trump. Because if it was just specifically related to Trump, well, then why does it impact a lot of his administration that's not specifically him?
Well, that's not all Trump's fault, is what you're saying. You just said. You're not saying that's all total Trump's fault because there's other people involved in his administration. That's what
Yeah,
you just
there's
said.
other corruption as well. You could say that. But
Okay,
it's also
just like
Trump.
the FBI and the the FBI now. I think you see it. It's favoritism as far as the Democrats and the Republicans there.
Yeah, but you just think that. You have no reason to believe that.
Well, you just can see it, or just know it's there.
Huh? I literally can't make out what you're saying right now, to be honest.
No, everybody's saying, the FBI is corrupt, the DOJ is corrupt, Department of Justice. They're saying the same thing that, like you just said, his administration, about Trump, you just mentioned. They're saying the same thing about the DOJ and the FBI, which is under Biden's administration. They're saying the same thing, corrupt.
Okay, I actually don't even know what you're saying. I can't make out what you're saying, to be honest. But is there anything else you'd like to add or talk about before we go on to the next person?
No, you're good, man.
All right, I appreciate you coming up, man. All right, let's get to the next individual, y'all. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Keep tapping that screen, everyone. Let's run it up to 750,000 likes. If you want to help get out to more people, everyone, share the live copy link, send it to your friends. Let's get on to the next person real quick. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 43. I talked to you once, Parker. Thank you. You're a smart man.
Oh, I appreciate it. I am going to go on to the next person because you have come up
Let me
before.
explain. Can I ask you one question now?
Yeah, go for it.
Why was when January 6th happened, why did the cops let the protester out and the cops dapped him when they let the handcuffs off of him? Can you explain that to me?
I don't have the explanation stuff for January 6th. I'd have to
But
see.
you said Trump was behind it, but why would the cops let that, if that was a Trump supporter?
No, I didn't say. What I said is that Trump incited this. He influenced
No,
it.
he didn't. No, he didn't.
He absolutely did. I mean,
Well,
he
you know
literally.
how I know he didn't? I have an uncle, okay, that's a police officer. He looked at the charges, and I got an aunt that works in the DA in New York City, and she looked at that case, and she said it's bogus.
Okay, it's just someone saying it's bogus doesn't respond to
No,
my point.
listen,
He influenced
my
it because
uncle
he
is
said.
a police officer, man.
Okay.
My aunt and my uncle is a judge. All my family's in law enforcement, and they're Democrats. And my uncle, who's a judge, said Fannie Willis and all of them are full of shit.
Dude, what I'm saying is that he incited it, and the reason why I'm
All
saying he
right,
incited
so
it and
when
he
he
influenced
said,
it. Hold
listen,
up.
Parker, when
Hey,
he
hey,
said,
man, I'm trying to explain
listen,
my
let
point.
me
I would love to be able to
explain
explain my point, and I'll
Let
let
me
you explain
explain.
something in a minute.
All
Right?
right, let me explain one more question. How come he said, be peaceful, go home? Okay?
He didn't
Can
say
you
go
ask-
home. He didn't say go home until 4 hours later. 4 hours later. It was 187 minutes later. 3 hours later. Okay?
Oh.
It took him 3 hours.
Well,
Okay.
well, I will
Second
look
of all,
that
as it
up.
relates to the context of the peaceful claims, the peaceful was also associated with fight like hell. The election's
All
been
right.
stolen from you.
Can I ask you
Don't
one
let your
more
country
question?
be. Let me finish,
Can I
please.
ask you one more
Hey, man.
question?
Hey,
Go
man.
ahead.
I'd love
You
to.
finish first. I'm sorry, Parker. You finish first. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so it was accompanied by fight like hell. It was accompanied by, right, the election has been stolen from you. It's accompanied by don't let your country get stolen from you, right? Your democracy is getting destroyed. When it is the case that there's no sufficient evidence to indicate that. He tried to pressure Mike Pence not to certify the election results.
But
okay?
but
And he
Parker,
literally
right?
failed and literally waited 3 hours to tell them to go home. Okay? That is
Well,
ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
I ain't gonna dispute that with you but I will say one more thing. Can you explain to me why the security said on tape they set up 45?
What do you mean they set up 45?
The Capitol Police said on video, and I swear to God on my dead father, they said they set up 45.
45 what?
Meaning Donald Trump, President 45, they said they set up 45.
Where? Where did it 45 what? Are you trying to say 45 what?
Meaning Donald Trump was the 45th president, right?
Okay, where'd you see this information?
I seen it right on CNN one time.
So where on CNN?
Huh?
Because I just looked it up and I don't see that
All
on
right.
CNN.
I'll tell you where else I heard it. So you can YouTube and also Dan Bongino.
Dan?
Bongino?
How do I spell the last name?
I don't know, sir. I don't know how to spell his last name.
Dan Mongino.
No, Dan Bongino.
Bongino.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Okay, the Dan Bongino show.
Yeah, and but
Let's pull this up. Let's pull up
I
some
think
clips
you're
real quick.
I think you're a very nice guy, though, and very smart.
I appreciate it.
And I agree with you. I will say this: if Trump did everything you said he did,
You for an example. I actually used you on my show. It was about 2 weeks ago or so. I did a whole segment
Yeah.
on your
Appreciate Little Crown. Thank you so much. How is this any different than someone citing me?
but can I actually?
Degree. I appreciate the 5-month subscription. Thank you
And-
so much. Someone citing me. How is this any different than someone citing me?
But see, can I ask you something now? I want to tell you something. And my dad served this country, okay? And when he said to me one day, if Biden ever gets elected, this country will go down. And I said, why do you say that, Dad? He goes, because Biden and the Democrats, if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, chances are it's a duck.
What is that in reference to?
All right. When,
Like corrupt? Like
yeah,
I could
my
just say
dad
you talk
said-
corrupt.
Let me
So
explain
you
something. My dad said he voted for Republicans, and he felt that the Republicans actually had his views compared to Democrats. Because he said, but I serve my country, and these Democrats will indict a ham sandwich if the ham sandwich didn't taste good.
Cyanide, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. These are vague generalities, right? They wouldn't want a ham sandwich if a ham sandwich tasted good. What?
You don't understand the expression, but I do. What my dad was trying to say, God bless his soul, is you ever heard of sayings, if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
what
Appreciate the
he
money, gun.
was
Thank you so much,
saying-
Busy.
What he was saying is, even if somebody wasn't corrupt and the news or anybody said they would listen to what the news says. Me, I don't watch the news because I don't like the news. No disrespect.
Okay. So Trump acts like a rapist. He talks like a rapist, especially when he literally defames E. Jean Carroll and says, "Oh, I didn't assault her. I didn't victimize her because she's just
But
not
how
good looking
come-
enough.
hold on,
She's just not
let me
good looking
ask you
enough."
another
Right? So he
question.
talks like an assaulter. He talks like an abuser. Appreciate the great. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate. Thank you so much. So wouldn't you just indicate based upon your reasoning here that he's likely to be that way?
All right. If Donald Trump, and I'll be honest, if Donald Trump did what he said, what he did, he deserves whatever happens to him. Because I don't condone it. Okay? And I'm being honest. But here's what I want to know, Parker. And by the way, I say this again, you're a good man, and I appreciate you, and you're smart. And I'm glad we can have this, because no matter how you think or how I think you're right, we should have these conversations. We should talk about the problems going on in America, because that's the only way we're going to move forward. You know, if Biden does good, that's great for the country. If Trump does good for the country, that's good for the country. We all just want to have a good life where we don't have to worry about paying high prices for stuff.
Thank you for the
know
hanging
what?
lights. I appreciate. Thank you so much. Okay.
You
I
know
think we're
what I'm
diverting away
saying?
from the facts. We're diverting away from the facts. I understand you're like, okay, we all want some of the similar things, right? But if we actually want some of the similar things, you wouldn't be voting for a candidate that is absolutely a threat to our democracy. Okay?
Now,
Like
how
democracy is
come
the
you hold-
fundamental basis to
Let
us
me
being
ask you
able to
something.
hold our politicians accountable. There is
All right,
almost
I
no
agree.
accountability
No,
in a system without democracy and
Parker,
without
I ain't-
fair and democratic
I ain't
elections.
arguing with you, brother. I ain't arguing with you. I agree with you. Wholeheartedly, I agree with you. If they did something wrong, they should be held accountable. Absolutely. But let me ask you one more thing before I go. And this is something nice. Like I said, you're a good man, buddy. You listen to everybody, and I appreciate you. Okay? You have a great day, Parker. Nice
Appreciate it, man.
talking to you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Be safe, and God bless you.
You as well. You as well. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024. Everyone keep tapping that screen. Let's run it up to 750,000 likes. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, everyone. Follow me if you have not already. We are at 376 followers for the day, everyone. So we need like another 100 or so followers to be able to get to 500, everyone. So do make sure to follow if you have not already. Lenny, I appreciate the hanging lights. Thank you so much. By the way, everyone, you might have accidentally unfollowed. Sometimes it makes you unfollow on accident. So do follow if you do see that. Appreciate the confetti. Thank you so much. And actually, I've been on other accounts too. So I mean, you might have just followed a different account, but you didn't follow this one. So do make sure to follow this one right now. Look at that. We just saw a bunch of people follow. Boom. Follow. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello.
How old are you?
Me? I'm 60.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Absolutely.
Why so?
A host of different reasons, but let's go back to January 6th first, because I was listening to the conversation or whatever the guy was talking about when he was there, and you cited his, let's start with the beginning here. So you understand that Mike Pence could not have decertified the vote, right? You understand that?
Not through the legal process. Yeah.
No, couldn't done it, period.
No, you were saying that that he would have.
Mike Pence voting would not have decertified the election. That's not the law.
Well, because they would have just gone past him, right? But
no, that's
isn't
not
he a part of the process?
No. The law.
Wait, what part of the process?
Let me finish.
Let me clarify my question.
The 1874 law is very clear about this. And so, what were they voting on? What were they scheduled to vote on? 144 congressmen. They set up a vote for the morning of January 6th, and what were they getting ready to vote on?
You're talking about the certification of the election.
No, it's before the certification.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about then.
Oh, that's a shame. As reported by the New York Times, by the way, and you can look it yourself. So 144 congressmen got up with, it said no faith in the electors. 1874 law. I think it was 1874. It's in 1870 somewhere. So if Mike Pence was to vote in accordance with the law, it wouldn't have decertified the election. It would have been heard in the Senate. 4 from Congress, 4 from the Senate, 4 from the judiciary. Mike Pence would have been the judge. The case for why these 144 congressmen believed that there was irregularities or real problems they had with the Electoral College, the trial would have been heard in the Senate. Mike Pence could not decertify the election. Okay, there's a trial, and they weren't going to have any of that. And mysteriously, somehow, that vote never happened. Why? Well, you guys on the left want to call it insurrection, okay? But the fact of the matter is that somebody from the inside opened the doors to let everybody in. Now, I've watched a considerable amount of the raw footage provided by the government. Police body cams, cameras on buildings, some of the stuff that had never been seen in the January 6th hearing ever before. And nothing of what happened at the hearing is indicative of what I saw on the raw, unedited footage provided by our government. Finally. So when you say things like Donald Trump said to fight like hell, you're trying to tell me there's no possibility that could have meant in the political sense, the court sense, or anything like that? It had to mean that he was going to go bash in the doors. People were going to go in there and affect no change. One person has been convicted of having a firearm that day. It would be the only insurrection in the history of the world where somebody tried to overthrow the government with no guns. Now, how come you don't, like, even with the you just said that Trump waited 3 hours. Now,
Did they have a guillotine?
I don't know if they had a guillotine or not.
Yeah, so they absolutely did. So there was
So
a plan. There was a
guillotine is
plan
gonna overthrow the
established by.
government?
Listen, there was a plan established by Proud Boy members specifically in this time period, like associated with this particular event, where they were trying to locate different types of Congress members to be able to use the guillotine. Right? There were literally plans that they found, right, related to this. Okay, so to not even actually acknowledge the fact that there was literally plans related to this, I think is ridiculous. Secondly, wait,
FBI
hold on, man.
assistant
If you want me
director
to
said
be
there
able
was
to respond,
Oh, sure,
like,
sure.
I literally,
Please respond.
I let you
Please
speak, man.
respond. Yeah, you did.
Okay, what was specifically Mike Pence's role as it relates to the election?
He could have certified it in the event, but when the other Congress,
So he was to certify the election.
Let me finish. When there was 144 congressmen who stood up and said we had no faith in this and we would have voted on this as per the 1874 law, then Mike Pence had to acknowledge what they voted for, and then the hearing would have went to the Senate. Now, why did that stop? And honestly, I blame some of the Republicans for this as well, because they got bribed and bought off, and they reversed their vote. Now, not one state in this country, not one, has ever certified that the people that were voting were legal to do so during COVID. Not one state, not one single solitary state. Right? They've recounted. They've audited the machines. But nowhere in not one state has anybody verified the voters who were legal to do so. Any attempt to do so is stopped by Democrats. Why? Why wouldn't you want to make sure that the election was 100% open and honest? Why would you stop such things?
We did try to check that. We had counting mechanisms. We had
No.
audits across the entire.
No. I said that. I said every state or states have recounted. They've checked the audited machines. But no, not one state in this nation, not one, has verified that the voters that voted were legal to do so. We are one of the only nations on the planet that does not require an ID to vote. Even Mexico.
So if you want
requires
to, was there an ID in 2016?
What's that?
Was there an ID in 2016?
Was there an ID in 2016?
Was there an ID requirement in 2016 in the United States?
Not in 16
No,
states.
there wasn't. And was 2016 a legitimate election? Okay.
No, as far as I'm concerned, no. I'll tell you why.
Okay, so then you're just going to dispute that Trump was actually a legitimate president through 2016 or 2017 through 2021.
No. What
He
I
was
said
an
is
illegitimate president under your view.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know.
I think that's a ridiculous statement, right?
Why?
He was absolutely
Because I want to verify by
no.
fact.
He was a legitimate president. We have legitimate elections in the United States. You might say that there are things we can do to make our election processes better, sure, right? But this does not mean that our election process is not legitimate. If you want to actually look at the context of this and be like, oh, maybe we should have different types of IDs and stuff like that, well, then let's make IDs free in the United States. Let's make it free at the point of service.
I have no problem.
If you have no
making it free.
problem with that, I have no problem with that. And let's have the voter ID laws.
I've been screaming about this for years, so that's something I started during the 2020.
I don't dispute you on that, but that doesn't mean our
24.
elections are faulty. Okay.
It doesn't mean it's not either, because you can't prove that they're not.
We literally, dude, you understand?
You
we have
cannot
processes to be able
prove.
to
You
do
cannot
this.
prove during COVID that the people that voted were legal to vote.
Wait, you
Not
can't do that in
one-
2016 then?
Well, I'm not talking about 2016 right now. You're trying to deflect from the conversation as far as it relates to
Okay,
Donald
so if
Trump's actions.
your claim,
wait, let me get it.
no,
As
no,
it
no, I
relates
want you to let me
uh,
finish on this because I have a real point here. If
Okay,
you're
please.
saying, if your whole point is basing on this, oh, he can claim that the election has been stolen because we didn't have this particular voter ID, well, then it is going to be the case that I can claim 2016 was stolen based upon voter ID, right?
It's also a deflection
if
from the
that's
conversation.
True, wait, no, stop. If that's no, it's not deflecting from the conversation. I'm applying your reasoning. Okay, the reason why that's problematic is because then, right, it just completely dismantles your ability to say any election is legitimate in the United States. That means if Trump were to win this election in 2024, then that wouldn't be a legitimate election.
I know. I want to know for a fact if Joe Biden won and we checked every state, we verified the people that voted were legal to do so, that Joe Biden won, I wouldn't be having this conversation with you. Same thing with 16. I said something in 2010. I mean, this is stuff that I've been saying for a long, long time. Because you can't sit to anybody. What election, what president, it's irrelevant. Okay.
Well, then,
you can't
then
say,
Trump
you know,
can't
let me
claim
finish.
this. Trump cannot uniquely claim this. Then that's what I was
Trump
making you
said,
listen to.
well,
that.
but
Michelle,
let's
thank you
take-
for the $20 on Venmo. W Michelle in the comment section. Thank you so much, Michelle.
So let's take Fulton, Georgia for a prime example, because Trump claims there was irregularities there. Okay, which have been found out to be true because July of 2023, the Fulton County Board of Elections signed a stipulation agreement with the judge, not admitting any fault, not admitting any guilt, not allowing any evidentiary hearings on the matter, that they counted the vote wrong. They signed that, notarized it, and it's a court document. You feel free to look it up yourself. Now, if that's the case in Fulton County, Georgia, admitted they counted the vote wrong, then Trump's concerns when he called were legitimate. Why is the case still going on?
How much was it counted wrong by?
They won't tell anybody. That's another problem for me. They just admitted guilt. They said we made a mistake.
If they didn't tell anyone, then how could Trump claim 11,000 votes?
How can you claim
Appreciate
that
the
he did?
subscription. Thank you so much, Allison.
How can
He
you
said it.
claim-
We have an audio recording of him saying it.
Saying what?
Didn't he say like get me my 11,000 votes or something?
No, he said I need 11,000 votes, and I find irregularities for what we've uncovered, and what he said was factually correct, is verified by Fulton County.
So 11,000. So we know how many votes. So you just said
Well,
we
no,
didn't know
no,
how
we
many
don't.
votes.
No,
Now we do.
Fulton County, as far as the stipulation was concerned, did not admit any fault, didn't represent any wrongdoing. However, they said that
Shonda, thank you for the $16.66. Thank you so much, Shonda. I appreciate it.
That's a unique number, 1666. I like that.
Yep.
But yeah, but you can't see it on either side, which is my whole point to everything for the last decade.
Okay, well, then,
Nobody can claim victory unless you verify that the voters that
Okay,
voted
Vince.
were legal to do so.
Oh my God. Then that's not unique to Trump, and that's also not Trump's argument.
I said
Trump-
for the last decade.
Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. And I understand this has been your argument for the last decade, but then this cannot be uniquely said about the 2020 election. And if it's not uniquely said about the 2020 election and it's also applicable to 2016, well, then you also believe that Trump is an illegitimate president. Jason, I appreciate the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate it.
I'm going to reiterate myself again. Again, you can't say either side can claim victory. Neither side can.
Okay, so
You
then you
can't-
don't think there are any legitimate presidents?
No, I don't. Again, I don't know, and you don't know either.
There's never been a legitimate president under your view.
There-
I
no,
do- I do know.
don't gaslight.
Wait,
as
wait,
far
what do
as
you mean
the-
gaslight?
So there, you cannot say with 100% certainty and 100% fact. that
No,
Joe
no
Biden
one can
won.
say with 100% certainty. I'm not claiming that,
You
but
can't.
it's most probable
There's
that
16
Biden won the
states.
election.
There's 16 states in this nation that don't require ID to vote. They rely on the people that are working the polls to be handwriting witnesses. How
Literally
is that?
signature, bro. Like what?
Really? You're a signature witness? You know how to recognize signature? Because I scribble my name every time I go. I don't ever sign it the way
Yeah,
I'm
but you can
supposed to.
still
I'm in New Jersey.
recognize the signature even if you scribble.
No,
it.
they do. Yeah, you can. What?
I still have a
tens of thousands of
very
people that are-
similar way I scribble it, dude.
Okay, again, so
I
we
think
have
it's a
10,000
unique way
poll
that I
workers?
scribble my
But
signature.
what, they're supposed to remember your signature is what you did last year? Come on, man. That's a pretty weak argument.
It's based upon my license. Like
Well,
what?
how about you just give everybody voter IDs and let them go vote this way? I don't have to guess. You don't have to guess. The
No,
voters
but we
don't
have
have to guess.
professionals that can indicate what's probable to be the case on signatures. If it's a
Again,
different person, then
that's
it's not
weak.
likely to be the same
That-
signature.
There's not that many handwriting experts in this nation, and they guarantee the poll workers to go there didn't take a course in handwriting, or they see if it's verified enough that it was your signature. It's ridiculous.
No,
What
I'm
is the
saying you
big
can do
opposition
that.
here?
Hey,
What
dude,
is the big-
Vince, all I was saying is that you can do that. That's all I was saying.
Well, you can, but it's just much easier. Just give everybody a voter ID.
Okay, again, I'm
Verify they're
fine with
American
that.
citizens.
I'm fine with that, but that does not
But
mean
you
that
can't
all
come
of
up
our
here and claim
elections.
that Joe Biden
hey, Vince,
won
Vince,
because you.
Vince, stop. You can't claim that Trump won in 2016. Then
I
I
can't.
think that's ridiculous.
I
And
can't.
I think
I
that's
can't.
ridiculous.
No
I think
more
that's
than I
ridiculous.
can.
I don't think
Wait.
we need voter ID to make a most probable assertion about the election.
There's like
If it's
50
most probable,
countries. There's 50
let me
countries.
finish my point. Let me finish my point, please. If it's most probable that Trump won in 2016, well, then I believe it's most probable that Biden won in 2020.
I don't want to be probable. Why can't you just know for a fact? Why do I have
So
to
wait,
guess?
wait. Certainty is not necessary. You can't even say that
Oh,
I exist for
absolutely it
certainty,
is.
bro.
When you're talking about a presidential election, certainty is a big word.
No. Certainty means that it couldn't possibly be otherwise.
Well,
That's
when you
not a
give people-
standard
when
that
you- when-
anyone
when
can
you- when you-
abide by
when-
for basic reality. Like when you sit at a red light, are you certain that it's going to go green? Well, no. It's possible that it might not.
That's another weak argument, deflecting because your party won this time and you're Joe Biden.
So you wouldn't be able
supporter.
to make a determination that it's going to turn green?
It's very simple here. If a man or woman
You
walks
can't make
into
that.
the polling,
No, he doesn't
let me
answer my
finish.
question.
No, I'm not going to answer your
PJ,
question.
I'm not gonna let you finish if you don't answer my question. Okay?
No,
Respect the rules of my
you're not-
life.
you're not
Answer
gonna
my damn.
compare apples
hey,
and oranges.
hey. I don't know where. I don't know. I don't know who the fuck you think you are. Where you think you are right now? Answer my question.
No, because it's not relevant to the conversation.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna go talk to a different person. Answer my
I'm
question.
sure you will, because I'm sure anybody rubs
Yeah,
you the wrong way.
I'm very certain I can go talk to whoever the hell I
has
want.
IQ higher than
Answer
yours.
my questions.
No, because it's not relevant to the conversation.
It is absolutely relevant.
Security in our elections has got nothing to do
explain
with
how
whether
it's
you
not
speculate whether or not the red light's going to go on the street light or
Explain
not.
how it's not relevant.
Because it's not. I
you're
assume
just saying
the
it's
light might
not.
go
I'll
to turn
explain
green.
why it's
I don't
relevant.
want to assume about a presidential election.
Okay, we're not assuming. I'll explain why it's relevant. The reason why it's relevant is because, right, I'm showing that you do not use certainty as a standard for demonstrating truth. And if you don't use certainty as a standard for demonstrating truth, why would you appeal to certainty in this particular scenario? That's all I'm saying, right? That's absolutely relevant. You can unmute yourself, by the way. In the meantime, everyone tap the screen. Let's try to get to 750,000 likes.
Again, when somebody gets a voter ID, they just don't grant them a voter ID. They have to be vetted. You have to be an American citizen.
What did I say to you?
Presidential election.
Vince, what did I say to you? Did you listen?
I did.
What did I say?
You're for it. You're okay with voter ID as long as it's free.
No, before that. What did I
What
just
did-
say when I
I
muted
know,
you? What did I say?
I refresh my memory because we talked about a few points.
We didn't talk. What do you mean? I just said it. You were muted.
What about the?
So you didn't listen to what I said again. The
maybe I
reason
did.
why
So
it's
please,
relevant.
so do me a
Now be
favor in
quiet.
case I didn't. I didn't hear you. Please say it
I'll
again.
restate it again. It's fine. Right? The reason why it's relevant, right, for me to bring up this particular thing as it relates to certainty is because I'm demonstrating that you do not go based upon a standard of truth that relates to certainty, right? In the context of the scenario with the red and green light, it is not certain that it is going to turn green. But you know that it's most likely that it's going to turn green. Therefore, you consider it true that it will turn green in the future because that's what's most likely. And that's the same standard that I use to determine that the election was won by Biden in 2020 and won by Trump in 2016 because it was
All right.
most likely.
Most likely. So prove that Biden won.
CISA.gov indicated this was the most secure election in recorded history. So if we considered 2016 to be true,
So you
then we'd also
can't.
consider 2020
So
to
you
be true.
can't.
If you look at the
So you
context of,
cannot.
I'm still finishing.
Mm-hmm.
There were significant amounts of audits. There were significant amounts of recounts. There were significant amounts of
No audits, recounts.
There were audits in plenty of states. What are you talking about?
You have not You have not audited the voters who voted in any state in this nation.
We audited the elections.
You
We
have not audited.
You're
the
talking about
people
different
that
types of
voted.
audits. We had audits,
No,
though,
no.
right?
Okay.
Again, Vince, can I
you
finish?
Sure. I'd love you to answer my question though, and you won't do it.
Answer
Because you
what
cannot-
question? Answer what
that
question?
you
You're
cannot
cutting me off and
prove-
not letting me finish.
that you cannot prove that Joe
I'm
Biden
fucking
or
proving it
Trump
right
in
now. So
60
shut your mouth and I
You
can prove
cannot
it.
prove it. No, you
Just
can't.
be quiet. You're like a little kid in the class that can't be quiet. Be quiet.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Do I have to mute you every single time I speak? Right? The court cases, 17 appointed judges specifically by Trump indicated that there was not sufficient evidence to overturn the election. The audits, right? The plenty of cases, right? Mail-in voting has been considered very low. Oh my God, he's speaking again.
No. I don't want you to do more than one subject. Let's deal with the 62 court cases.
I'm
with
literally
17
just
judges.
demonstrating. I'm giving you the proof right now, and you're not letting me finish. Okay? You're not letting me finish because you know I'm fucking proving it right now, and you have no
you're not.
response to it. So shut
you're
up
not.
then. Be quiet.
How much of the evidence was
Hey, Vince,
presented
let me
in the
finish
court?
then, bud. Hey, can I finish
Okay,
then?
finish, please. But don't go into more than one subject. Let's stick with the court
What do you
cases
mean more than
first.
one? I'm still referencing the proof for the election.
Just the court cases, then you can do your next one, and I'll respond one at a time.
This is
That way I
all
won't
considered
interrupt you.
proof for the election. You understand that, right?
No, it's not proof of the election because of the 62 cases that were heard, none of them were heard. None of the evidence was produced in front
Because
of
there
the court.
wasn't
Not
sufficient
one.
evidence. Wait. Actually, some of them were heard, but
No, none of them were heard.
Hold on.
None
The
of them were
elections.
heard.
Hold on. No. It's completely false. Some of them were heard.
It's not
But
false.
A lot of them were not heard because there was not sufficient grounds for them to be heard.
There was none of them because there was considered new evidence. Okay, and none of the cases were heard. in
Dean,
the
thank you
courtroom.
for the raid, man. I appreciate it, Dean. Can we get a W Dean in the comment section real quick, everyone? All the people coming in from Dean's live, tap that screen. Let's run it up to 750,000 likes real quick.
You should absolutely thank your followers. But again, of the 62 cases, none of the evidence was presented in front of the court. None. They were thrown out for procedural reasons. Not one case.
I think that's false, right?
That's not false. It's 100% accurate. But you please look it up yourself.
Yeah.
Don't
you
take
can look
my
up-
word for it. Go ahead, look it up
you
yourself.
Yeah, Campaign Legal Center, right? CampaignLegal.org, right? Shows the results of the lawsuits according to the 2020 elections.
Go ahead, read
right?
them.
Yeah. So, as it relates to the Trump v. Biden in Wisconsin, in a 4-3 decision, the Wisconsin Supreme Court dismissed 3 of Trump's 4 claims under the doctrine of lashes. However, it
Why?
was decided on merits. Trump's claim that voters wrongfully declared themselves indefinitely confined. Ultimately, the court ruled against Trump on the claim because Trump challenged the status of all voters who claimed an indefinitely confined status rather than individual voters. Trump petitioned to the U.S.
thrown out
Supreme
for
Court.
procedural reasons, and the evidence was never heard.
That was the evidence. They just looked at it.
No. They looked at the case that Trump presented. Okay, they didn't look at any of the evidence that was presented. It was sent out. It was sent away for procedural reasons. None of the evidence was heard by them. None.
No. Okay. So no. The way that they would define it if they didn't hear it would be this: the Superior Court denied relief requested by the plaintiff in an election contest because the plaintiff failed to meet the evidentiary standard necessary for such contest.
There you
That's
go.
what they would say. That's what Ward v. Jackson said, but that was not
I'm
said
sure-
in
I'm
King.
sure that every
Let
court
me
has-
finish. Let me finish. That was not said in King v. Whitmer. That was not said in Trump versus Wisconsin elections
What was said in
commissions.
King
That
v.
was not
Whitmer?
said in Trump versus Biden in Wisconsin,
was said
December
in-
14th,
I
2020.
ask you, please,
It's
do
like
one
it's
at a
like it's
time.
like every single time I speak. Hey,
because you want to keep.
Hey, it's like every single time I speak, you have some instinctual need to say something, and I'm just saying. Appreciate
No, I
Thank
just
you so
don't want
much.
to
If I'm
go
gonna
on
have
to
a
the next
conversation with
subject.
you. If you
I'm
cut me
trying.
off one more time, I'm going to go on to the next person.
Okay. Well,
I'm
again,
giving you one
please,
more
stick
shot.
it, stick it,
Literally,
stick
you
it.
have one more shot. Cut me
Please,
off
look,
one.
I don't need to.
Hey, you continue to cut me off right now. I'm going to go to the next person.
buddy.
Okay.
I mean, look, if that's what you feel like you got to do, you got to do. But please, I'm asking you very politely. If you want to talk about one court case and stick that, and we'll discuss that court case and move on to the next one, I have no problems in doing that. You want to rattle off all these different cases and then try and fit your argument. I want to argue. I want to talk about them one at a time. So let's talk about them one at a time.
Okay. I will talk about them. I was just saying that these are applicable under the same standard. Okay. So if you don't let me finish, if you don't let me explain these things, you're not going to understand my context. Again, if you cut me off one more time in the context of this conversation, I am just going to go on to the next person. I'm sick of this, dude. I don't want to have to mute you and go over this every single time because you're acting like a child. Like, it's actually ridiculous.
Why?
Right? Did you not learn? What do you want me to do now? What do you want me to do?
I just asked you to politely keep it one.
What do you want me to do?
Talk about the one case that you just brought up and how they ruled, and I'll move on to.
Vince, you can come on to it. You can come on another time. That was absolutely ridiculous. I told you like 4 times there. I told you 4 times, and you continually acted like a child, absolute child, right? I have to have some level of boundaries on my lives, right? I have to have some level of boundaries. Yo, what's up? How old are you? You're very far away from your mic. I can't hear you at all. There's so much background noise, like I can't hear you. Make sure to come on a different time, man. We're gonna go into the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will. Vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Let's get this next person up, everyone. Tap that screen. Let's run it up to 750,000 likes if you want to support me. Venmo, Cash App in the bio, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Parker was losing, so kicked. I rarely kick people off my live, and I gave him so many shots. Honestly, he's just being such a child. Thank you for the boxing gloves. I appreciate it, Grady. Thank you so much. All right, it's not accepting this person. We're going to try the next one. And only send a guest request if you will. Vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Keep tapping that screen, everyone. Let's run it up to 1 million likes. If you want to support me, as always, you can also go onto my videos that I've posted recently, everyone, because they haven't been like sending out and stuff. It's been really weird. Let me go to the next individual. It's not accepting this person. I apologize, everyone. Give it 1 second. Wait, how old are you? Hello? Hello? Okay, we're going to go on to the next individual. Everyone, only send a guest request if you will. Vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. All right, we're going to get to the next individual. Please only send a guest request if you will. Vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Hello?
Hello?
How old are you?
Hello?
How old are you?
18.
For sure. What's your birth year?
August 14th, 2005.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yeah, I will.
Why so?
I think before he was making a big difference in what was going on right now. I mean, it's like there's a lot to say, you know. There's a lot. What's a topic like? I don't know. Like,
What's the relevant difference between Trump and Biden that makes Trump a better candidate than Biden?
I would say Trump is way better than Biden because, bro, be falling on the stairs. You know, he's got dementia, bro.
What are the qualifications necessary to determine that someone has dementia?
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really sure on that, but you know,
So you don't know that he's dementia?
I've had grandpa.
If you want
I've
to talk
had
about the
grandpa
people
that had
falling over,
dementia.
yeah, my grandma had dementia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that he has dementia. If you want to talk about the context,
It's getting close there, bro. I mean, it's on the
okay, then
beginning
Trump's getting
stages of
close.
dementia.
Trump's getting close because he
How so? How would you tell
he
me
thought he thought E. Jean Carroll was his ex-wife.
E.G. Carroll, you know, he might have a lot of ex-wives, bro. You don't know.
Yeah, so that doesn't mean he's gonna forget. Are you kidding me?
I mean, how could he has a lot of ex-wives, bro? How could he forget? I mean, he could.
He can't maintain a relationship.
Okay, because he's had a lot of side pieces, bro.
So he's a terrible person. He's just a cheater.
Not cheater, bro. You know, he might have
Having
not
a quote
liked her.
unquote
He
side
probably
piece is
told her-
cheating.
Say that again.
Having a side piece is cheating. What?
No, it's not. I mean, if you have
What are you
multiple-
talking about,
he's
Troy?
he's
If
not
your
dating.
girlfriend had a side piece, would you consider that cheating?
I mean, yeah, I guess, but like, bro.
Okay, so I also can give you evidence that he cheated, but okay.
Okay, well, what's your evidence?
Yeah, I can pull it up. It's been a minute since I've looked at it, but I got you.
I don't know.
You
I wouldn't
wanna bring
say.
something
I
up in the
wouldn't
meantime?
say. I wouldn't say Biden is better than Trump. There's a lot of other things that I would say that Biden. There's how is he even qualifying as a president, man?
How does he qualify as a president?
Yes, bro.
Because he meets
He
all the
doesn't even- he
qualifications?
has-
Mag, I appreciate the hand hearts.
he
Thank you
has
so much.
people- He's a puppet, bro. He's a puppet. There's someone behind him controlling him. He's just a puppet, bro.
Yeah, can you give me any reason that's the case?
It's Obama, bro.
Yeah, so you can't give me anything?
I can.
You're just saying it's Obama. You're not giving me any actual evidence. And I can send you an article right now from Business Insider.
Send me the article.
Yes. There's a timeline of Donald Trump's 3 marriages, numerous rumored affairs, and sexual misconduct allegations.
Is it on CNN?
It's on Business Insider.
Business Insider.
I can also send you another thing. Give me 1 second. I can also send you that. Give me 1 second. It's loading. Here, you can bring up something in the meantime. It's loading. Give me 1 sec.
All right.
The internet is going so slow. I can send you something from Newsweek. How many times has Trump cheated on his wives? Here's what we know.
Okay, but why is this irrelevant to him being a president, though, you know?
Oh, no, we
There's
were just saying
a lot
this.
more important things to him having all these other wives. I mean,
Wait,
bro, we've got-
but dude, come on. You were saying having a side piece isn't cheating. That's kind of a crazy
but
thing.
why is this irrelevant to him being a president? You're not answering my point. I mean, why does this even matter, bro? He's supposed to be a president. He's supposed to be in charge of what's going on. And,
I don't know how we
making
got
sure
into
it's-
this
it's straight.
conversation, but what I would say is that it demonstrates bad character.
Bad character. I mean, bro, people are snowflakes. They can't handle stuff sometimes.
Saying that cheating is bad is not being a snowflake. If you think saying cheating is bad is being a snowflake, then I'm sorry, you're Delulu.
Okay, but why is that relevant to him being a president? Why does that matter?
He has bad character. You don't want someone with bad character in presidency. Someone who's a liar.
Okay, so why
over and over and over again? He's a pathological liar. Not only has he lied in the context of his most intimate relationships in his lives.
What's going
right?
on?
No, let me finish.
And making sure shit is straight. And you know, sorry, excuse my language, but you know, stuff is straight and like making sure. You know, I'm not in the right headspace right now to be like on live, but you know, I was just kind of. I honestly didn't think I was gonna get space. And I'm a little faded right now, you know.
Okay, we're gonna go to the next individual, y'all.
All right, have
Only
a good
send a
one.
guest request
Trump
if you
20
will vote for Trump in 2024, everyone. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's run it up to 750,000 likes, everyone. Trump literally is not even for making sure that's legal, by the way. Like, I think that's hilarious. Real person to vote for, right? He'd put you in prison. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm sorry, I'm 27.
For sure. Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
No.
Based. So based. Let's get the next person up here, everyone. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. Keep tapping that screen, everyone. You cut him off because he's telling the truth. Did you not hear that guy cutting me off like over and over and over again? I literally said it multiple times. I literally let him cut me off more than I said. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello?
How old are you?
18.
What's your birth year?
2005.
Will you vote for Trump in 2024?
Yeah, bro.
Why so?
I mean, he's just a better candidate. Like,
how so?
I mean, bro, just kind of use your head. Like, Biden, the man, like the last dude said, bro, he can't even, like, walk up a flight of stairs without tripping.
He walks up flights of stairs all the time without tripping. That was one clip that you can reference, and I can give you a clip right now of Trump thinking E. Jean Carroll, a person who was proven to have sexually abused, he thought that was his ex-wife.
Okay, bro, but we could, like, pull up shit like that, like, all, like, if you just want to go there, we could both. I guarantee
you're the one that's going there. I went right where you went.
But we could both just pull up mad like stuffs for other like.
Yeah.
Just, like,
so then, what's your point with this?
I'm just saying, bro. It like Biden, he's just not there.
Neither is Trump.
All right. Yeah, but Trump is more there than Biden. Like, it's not.
Sure, let's say that's true. How do you know that still then Trump is a better candidate?
Hold on. Do you want a pedophile for your president too?
You don't have evidence to say that Joe Biden's a P3DO.
Bro, he sniffed.
We have evidence to indicate that Trump is a proven sexual abuser, and you want that as your president? You want a proven sexual abuser as your president?
Yeah, bro. He's a proven sexual abuser. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He literally, the context of the civil court, he had to pay $5 million in damages for. for being held accountable by a jury of his peers.
All right, so give me a source of that.
Yeah, AP News, CBS, right? Politico, almost any different news
Oh, but
agency
hey, guess
you can
what?
get this from.
I could give you a source of Biden. There's literally pictures all over the internet of him sniffing a girl's sniffing a girl's hair when he's sitting outside.
Yeah,
of the
that's him
pool.
being a creep,
And
right? Him being a creep is nowhere. Wait. Him being a creep. I already did this with the last guest, right? Him being a creep is not worse than being a proven sexual abuser.
Dude, the man.
Was that submitted in a court case? Was he found for sexually abusing someone? No.
Oh my god. Dude, it's not.
Him being a creep is literally the same as Trump being a proven sexual abuser. Is wild, bro.
Dude, you're just saying that because you're just hating on Trump. Like, it's not that deep, bro. You're just hating on him because you don't.
No, I'm giving you reason to not vote for this individual.
Though, you probably like all the people who are voting against Trump, they're not voting for the person. They're just voting against Trump because they don't like the man, because they're too emotional.
Yeah. Trump is a worse alternative comparative to Biden.
Yeah.
I don't like Biden, right? I think Biden is bad too, but Biden is one plate of shit. Trump is 2 plates of shit. I prefer 1 plate of shit to 2 plates of shit.
Or can I ask you something? Where was the gas prices when Trump was in office, though?
Oh, they were lower.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that mean Trump caused that? Do you have any understanding of global gas prices going up? Gas prices went up higher in
the stuff.
Do you think Biden caused? Hold on, let me finish my question. Do you think Biden caused gas prices to go up in Europe?
I don't know, dude. It's like,
no, right? Gas prices went up more in Europe. He didn't cause that.
What did Biden do in his 4 years that was so good, that was better than Trump's 4 years? Can I ask you that?
Yeah, the CHIPS Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, the PACT Act, the Infrastructure Bill, right? American Rescue Plan, Build Back Better. I can give you plenty of things.
Okay, but like that's on the same level as Trump, though. That's
the insulin cap, right? This is not the same level as Trump. What are you talking about?
Yeah, bro. Like they all
infrastructure was something that Trump said he was going to do, but it wasn't done by Trump. It was done by Biden.
Yeah, bro.
Name one policy that you like of Trump's.
Oh, I just know he's the better.
Name one policy you like.
What are you like one you policy. Said, they're both.
Just name one.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Name one policy you like of Trump's. I can name one. You can't even name one.
No, bro, because I don't be getting into politics like that. I don't really give a fuck. But anyway.
Oh, yeah. You don't know anything about politics. That's why you're voting Trump. Thanks for telling me that low information voters vote Trump.
I said I didn't.
Nick, I agree. Low information voters vote Trump. I agree.
You're just putting words in my mouth at this point. Like,
you're a low information voter and you're voting Trump. So I'm just saying, yes, low information voters do vote for Trump.
You just told me that I said something that I didn't even say. You literally just put words in my mouth.
My bad. So you do look at it all the time. You are informed.
Dude, I'm not. You told me that.
So you're not informed. You're low information. Okay, thank you for telling me that low information voters vote for Trump.
All right, bro, you gonna let me talk? You let me talk? All right. Thanks. Bro, you said that I don't know anything about politics. I said I don't follow politics like that. I'm not saying I don't know anything, but I don't study politics on a day-to-day basis. Like, I don't really care. I just know Trump's the better candidate because me personally, I don't want a P3D EDO as my president, and I don't want to like deal with that. Because I think that's
Casey, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. Yeah. You can't even determine that Biden's a P3DO, but you want a proven sexual abuser as one?
All right, bro. But the thing is...
Okay, so if we're just going based upon accusations, so Trump is a rapist? Wait, Nick, is Trump a rapist? Because we're just going based upon accusations here.
But that's a kid.
We're just going based upon accusations, so is Trump a rapist?
But that's a 9-year-old that's sitting.
Is Trump a rapist? Because we're going based upon accusations.
That's sniffing.
Wait, Nick.
You don't think that's weird, bro? You don't
Nick,
think
if we're just going based upon accusations, well then Trump is a rapist under your view, right?
No, bro. Oh my God.
Trump said he would date his child. He would date his daughter, right? If it wasn't his daughter.
Bro. Dude, why are you?
Does that not indicate a weird relation?
You think that's serious? You think that's him being serious?
Yes.
You think him saying that he would date his daughter is him being dead?
Yes.
Oh my eye, bro.
He was being dead ass.
Okay.
What about him walking into beauty pageant changing rooms where he justified him walking in there with little girls in there because it is the case that he owns the place?
Dude.
What about that? Are we just gonna ignore that?
Bro, we could ignore as much stuff about Biden as you're gonna tell me to
Hard, I
ignore
appreciate the
about
money
Trump.
gun. Thank you
Like,
so
it
much.
doesn't,
I don't
it
ignore
doesn't
what exists with
justify
Biden,
anything.
right? I'll acknowledge what exists with Biden, but it's nowhere near what we see with Trump.
Bro, but that's what it is, though. It's the same thing. Like, Trump is the better candidate.
And how so? You can't even name anything.
Oh my God, bro. Dude. Like, just
You can't even
the
give me
economy was
that.
better when Trump was in office too. Look at the bro. All right, hold on. So my dad drives truck, right? His bids are going down. Like he doesn't even
You know,
have
Epstein, he's a terrific guy who enjoyed younger women. He enjoyed younger women. He was a terrific guy.
Let me finish,
He
bro.
was a terrific guy.
Let me finish, bro. Let me finish. All right. Like I was saying, he's a truck driver. All of his bids are getting laid off, bro. Like he had I want to say 50-some bids laid off. And he's scared that his is going to get laid off because the economy's shit right now. And you know why it's shit? It's shit because of Joe Biden, because he doesn't know how to run a functioning country. There, bro, you could talk.
Yeah, so Trump quite literally referred to Epstein as a terrific guy, right? A terrific guy who liked younger women.
Oh my God. Whoa, I can pull up like that stuff on Biden.
Yeah, would you say that that's
right,
someone that you
hold
want to
on.
vote for?
Do you want me to just look up on Google and just type into the Google bar some fuck shit Biden said?
Go for it.
Like, bro,
Because again, nothing
there'll
you
be
can show
so
me
much
is
stuff
anywhere
that'll-
near. Because you said Biden's a P3DO. I can give you an article right now that literally indicates that Trump said this about Epstein, bro. What are you talking about? He's a terrific guy, dude. Honestly, Epstein, dude, you're very terrific. You've never seen men like him before, dude.
Fucking
You've never seen
accent,
men
bro.
do
What
it
are you
like it
talking
before.
about?
Are you gonna actually engage?
Am I gonna engage? Bro, I've been engaging.
Nah, with nothing. You've been engaging with nothing I've said. You've been engaging with your delusions. That's what you've been engaging with, bud.
Bud.
Yeah, bud.
Buddy.
Yeah, bud.
What's up, bud? Yeah, see, I just saw someone say, "Let's go, Brandon," in the chat. That's W guy.
Yeah, let's go, Brandon.
Hey, you just said, "Oh my fucking!" You basically just said, "Fuck your president," right there. That you're gonna be voting for. Say, "Fuck your
Yeah,
president."
I don't like Joe Biden. Fuck Biden.
Voted for
I'm
him.
willing to say that. Fuck Biden.
Then why are you voting for him?
Because
bro?
he's a better alternative to Trump, right?
But he's not.
Piece of shit. Two pieces of shit.
All right. Hang on. Look at it this way.
Wow, he's like he actually can't. He can't even fathom that I don't like Biden. He can't even fathom that.
Shit and a P3DO.
You have no evidence to indicate he's a
one
P3DO.
piece of
I don't like Biden, but you
Okay.
have no evidence to indicate he's a P3DO.
I mean, you could just use your head, brother. Like there doesn't have to be evidence, dude. If a grown ass man is coming up, all right, hold on. Let's say you had a daughter, right? And the president of the United States came up to your daughter.
He said
and
this is the
and he
quote specifically.
sniffed
But
your
wait,
hair.
before you go into
And
this,
he
I have a quote
sniffed your daughter's
specifically.
hair.
Wait,
How would you
Nick,
feel?
I have a quote
How would-
specifically
but
for
how-
you.
no, how would you
I've
feel?
known Jeff. I've known Jeff for
would
15
you
years.
feel?
Terrific guy. He's had a lot of fun to be with. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side.
Oh my God, bro, you really got me there. You really got me there.
Yep.
Dude, you want me to do you literally I could type into Google right now Biden talking as a P3DO.
Go for it.
I guarantee
Go for it. Give me one. Let's hear it.
guarantee
Give me
you.
one. Give me one, bud. Give me one.
Guarantee you, like
Give me
8
one. Let's hear it.
different
Let's hear it,
sites will
bud.
pop up and quotes of him.
Hey, bud. I'm waiting to hear it. Let's hear it. I can't
All right,
wait to
bud,
see it.
I'll be right back.
I can't. Yep. Yeah, we're waiting for it, bud. We're waiting for it.
All
Can't
right,
wait.
bud. All right, hold on, bud.
Can't wait to see it, bud.
All right, see you,
We're
bud.
waiting for it, bud. Okay, everyone. In the meantime, let's get a second guest up on the live, everyone. Right? If you will vote for Trump in 2024, send a guest request right now. Everyone, tap that screen. Let's run it up to 1 million likes, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Does it really matter?
Yeah, you have to be 18 plus to come on my live, but it
I'm
seems like you're old
18
enough.
plus.
Are
I'm
you going to
18
vote for
plus.
Trump in 2024?
Of course.
Why so?
Why? Well, it doesn't state the obvious. Do I even need to say? I mean, for real? Have you
Yeah,
not been to the
why?
store? Have you not got gas?
I have gone to the store. I have gotten gas, and I don't think that
Also,
specifically.
just a little
And I also,
education.
wait, I wanted to
Just
finish
so
my
I'm
response.
talking, for a little education, Trump in 2020 exported oil for the first time in 70 years.
No, we've been exporting oil every single year.
Not to where we make money that much oil.
What? We are exporting oil. Dude, what are you talking about? We export oil in every year. You don't even understand anything. If you want to talk about gas prices, if you actually have an understanding of economics, you're going to know that it's going to be related to OPEC limiting their distribution of oil worldwide, which limits supply, and then the context of the Russia-Ukraine situation, which limits access to Russian oil, which is negatively impacting. Hey,
Article 2, dude.
hey,
I
dude.
could read
Hey, dude.
you. Trump
What's up? What's up with the
brought
people
the
like
highest
screaming at
amount
me
of
today, bro,
jobs
and
that
like
he
not
brought
letting me
back
speak, man? It's like
1.2
crazy.
million people.
I got it.
You don't shut up ever, do you?
Hey, don't talk.
Why are you voting for
Don't talk
Biden?
to Bud
I would like to hear that. Do you
Don't talk to
like
Bud like
kids that love to jump on your legs and make the hair stick up?
Yeah, that was a funny one. That's a weird thing. It's again another example of Joe
Of
Biden being
Biden.
creepy,
Well, you
right? But
said-
are you
you
gonna
said
compare that to Trump
Yo.
being a proven sexual abuser?
Parker.
He's
Parker.
not a proven sexual abuser.
Yes, he is.
Hey,
It's a
Parker,
two-tier
you want
justice
the
system,
quote?
and there's a lot of people, like the other gentleman said, that just hate him just because he's
Yeah,
Trump.
that doesn't take away that he's proven for sexual abuse. Again, liable in a civil court. So I'm gonna let Nick finish, and then 3-3, you can again spewing your bullshit.
All right, I gotta like flip back from my thing, so I don't know. Wait, can you hear me when I go off the live? Or
No, I can't. You can look for it. 3-3, you can talk if you'd like. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's get it up to 1 million likes, everyone. As well, if you want to share the live, everyone, I really would appreciate that. Gets more people in here. Biden paid creator. I've been seeing so many videos on that. I was going to make a video about the people who claim Biden paid creators exist on the platforms. Like, seriously, who are these
I
paid
voted
creators?
sticker with granddaughter.
You're cutting out.
Mid.
Like, I didn't hear you.
Did you hear that or no?
No, I didn't hear you.
I'm trying to like swipe through like one page, but it's kind of long, so I'm like trying to read it.
Can you just give me just like memorize the title and come back? Hey, 3-3, you can literally unmute yourself. If you have a brain. But tap that screen, everyone. Let's get to 1 million likes. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, everyone, for dealing with people like 3313, you know? You can unmute yourself, 3-3. I'll send you an invite, man.
Rules allowed Biden altered as a pedophile.
Wait, sorry, say it again?
That's rules allow altered Biden as a pedophile.
Wait, you cut out again, man. I'm so sorry. I got the allow Biden as a P3 part. What's the first part?
Facebook rules allowed altered video of Biden a P3DO.
Say that again in your head. Altered video. Dude, Nick.
Well, here I got a good one for you. Did you know Biden let off two?
Let me cook.
You guys
Okay,
don't like-
come on. I'll
let
give
me
you a second
cook.
to look for it, Nick.
Let me cook, bro. Let me cook.
Yeah. Emphasis on the altered.
Let me cook, bro. Stop.
That's so wild, bro. I can't believe in the title it said altered and
Let me
and
cook,
you
bro. Let me
still
cook.
sourced it, bro.
Let me
You
cook, bro.
still
Let me cook.
sourced it, dude.
I'm getting the live popping.
Nick, bro.
I'm getting
Nick,
the
the entire
live
time
popping,
you've been on
bro.
this live, there's been over 4,000 people, dude. I had that before, dude.
No, it was because of me, bro. You know, it was because of me.
What are you talking about, bro?
Bro, you want to hear my accents? All right, it's completely off.
No, Nick, I'm gonna end up just talking
No,
to 3-3, bro.
What?
I'm gonna start talking to 3-3 if you do that dumb shit. Can you just give me an actual argument? What's the relevant difference between Trump and Biden? That way you want to vote for Trump.
And
And if you have no
Uh,
reason, stop being an irrational voter and actually engage with reality.
Because he's a great
engaging with
president.
reality. I'm engaging with
People
reality.
got
Parker.
upset about tweets.
3-3. I didn't mention one tweet today.
No, I'm just saying what happened.
And dude,
I'm
you
just
kind of
fucking
sound
with
like
you.
Trump. Has
I'm
anyone
just
told you
fucking
that?
with you
You
right
like
now.
if you went like
Seriously,
this, man,
dude,
you'd
we
sound a
have
little bit
guy
more like
that's
Trump. I
the
promise you. You'd
No, no,
you'd
no, no,
do
no,
a
no. I'm
you'd
gonna
do
be
a
for
great
real now.
impersonation.
I'm not gonna
A
screw
great
around.
impersonation.
I'm not gonna play around with you.
I'm not gonna play around with you. Sleepy Joe
Yeah,
can't win
it's
this.
easy. I can
You
manipulate
guys
you all
both kind
night.
of sound like Trump, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think Ronald Reagan was the greatest president as far as I'm concerned. But you know what? When Trump was president, I had more money in my pocket. Gas was cheaper. Milk was cheaper. Groceries were cheaper. Life was
Well, then
better.
why don't you just put more
And
money
that's
in
the
your pocket,
bottom
bud?
line.
Why don't you
That's
just
the
put more
bottom
money in
line.
your pocket,
And
bud?
I'll tell you
Pull
what,
yourself
you
up
know,
by your
since you're so
bootstraps.
young and you don't even know anything, did you know that before 2013 and the crappy Obamacare, when you had a job, your job covered you for the insurance? Yeah.
Yeah, not all jobs
Yeah, they
did that,
paid
but
for 'em,
yeah,
or you had
jobs
to
do that
pay
now
a
still.
$40 fee. Yeah, $335 a month.
And you know, in
to pay
2012,
for
we still
everybody else. And
yeah,
you
in
think it's right
2012.
that the border is open and that illegal
Hey,
immigrants
3-3.
are
Before you
getting
switch,
more
before you switch
than
topics.
Americans
Hey,
that have
before you
worked
switch topics.
40 years, dude.
Hey, before you
Are
switch
you
topics, in
delusional?
2012.
I mean, Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
before you switch topics, in 2012, we still spent
I'm
twice
doing
as much.
what you do. You play runaround to try to make yourself look better than everybody else. I'm playing your little game against you.
In 2012, we still spent twice as much per individual on healthcare expenditure
Bullshit,
than almost
dude. I
any
paid
other
nothing
nation
all the way
in the
from
OECD average.
1989 till
Yo,
2013.
Parker.
I can send you statistics on that right now. I literally just
You
looked
can
them
send
over
me
because I
all
have a
you
class on
want,
them.
dude. I could tell you about real life. I didn't
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
a fucking cent through my jobs, all of them, from the time I was 18 years old.
Yeah, and that's
till
what it would be for you. I'm talking about
2013.
average prices, my guy. I'm talking about average prices.
dude, blah, blah, blah. I could sit here and read Google. If the internet says it, it must be true.
Hey, Nick,
You
does he
don't
seem like
have
a little
real
bit of a
life
snowflake to you?
experience, dude. How old are you? 24.
Nick, is that just me? Am I the only one?
First piece of
Hey,
ass
I'm
less than
21.
10 years
Hey,
ago?
33.
You know
I'm
nothing.
21.
You
I'm
know
21.
nothing.
Is 33
You know what?
33?
I thought I knew
Yeah,
everything.
30,
at 21
33 is
too.
like he's acting like a child, but he's trying to claim like he's
Well,
older.
I just
He's a
trying to be
Trumpy. He's a
like
Trumpy.
you.
And he's just influenced by him. He's just influenced by him.
No, I said I liked Reagan the best. Greatest
well-
time. Back when
Oh my God.
California was a
Why
normal
is
state.
so Reagan the person
people
who
don't
referred to
just
black
shit
people as
in the middle of the
monkeys?
street.
Yo, Parker.
You
can I
don't
ask
know
you a
it.
question?
So the
You weren't
person-
alive,
so the
dude.
person
Don't
who
read
referred
me,
to
don't read to
the
me
person-
what Google says about Ronald Reagan. I already know.
Yeah, so the person
Look
who
at the
referred to black people as
electoral map.
monkeys, the person who didn't acknowledge AIDS and HIV and how it had impacted the gay community, who was radically homophobic and racist.
You know, who would have thought people would have been doing that at that time, anyways?
Yeah, so you want to
That
talk about
shit was all
Reagan, who
just
influenced?
starting.
You want to talk
Nobody
about
knew
Reagan?
anything. You had to have a case before you could invent something.
Hey! If you want to
They
talk
were
about, if you want to
doing
talk
it
about
all
Reagan,
through the
Reagan
70s.
influenced there to be trickle down policies that have stagnated wages in the United States and led to a significant amount of increase in the concentration ratios of different types of industries.
That's easy to read article, but you don't know real life.
No, that's what you learn in economics
Dude,
courses.
no,
Okay.
Parker.
You don't learn shit. You learn by experience.
Yeah, 33.
Everybody I
33.
knew
Take an economics
that
course.
everybody
Take an
that I
economics
knew
course,
at
bud.
that time, their parents
33. Take an
were
economics
doing
course.
great. So
Take
go ahead and
economics,
read
take
your Google
statistics,
facts. I
and then you
had
can have a
fun,
conversation about that.
Have a nice, have a warm bottle and, read Google because it said
I don't have to
so.
read Google if I learned it in school.
Go
dude. What are
ahead.
you talking
Parker,
about?
can I
You
ask you a
learned it in
question?
school.
Yeah, Nick, go for it.
All right. So
You learned it in school.
what do
I
you
only
think-
Yeah,
lived
I
it.
went to school for
And
economics.
went to
Yeah.
school and graduated. And
Wow. Oh my
graduated
God, you're an
college.
educated individual. Oh my God. Okay, go ahead, Nick.
All right. So, do you think the economy was better with Trump in office or Biden? Like, that's an honest question. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I do think that the economy was in a slightly better state as it relates to the context of Trump's administration, but that doesn't mean that the economy being worse right now is caused by Biden. If you've taken any statistics course, one of the first things you would have heard is that correlation doesn't imply causation. Just because two things are associated doesn't mean one caused the other. Like, for example, under Trump's administration, there was 14.7% unemployment, but we don't say that that was caused by Trump, right? We acknowledge that that was specifically related to our response to COVID-19. Right, which is not something that he caused. So if we can acknowledge other types of things that can cause, right, these different types of things as it relates to Trump's administration, well, we should also look at that as it relates to inflation with Biden.
So it's like it's not really affected by that.
You'd have to give reason that one influenced the other, and he just left. What's up with the emotional men today? Hey, 33, send a guest request back. I'd love to talk to you.
Parker, am I emotional?
Nick, you've been fun. You've been absolutely fun.
Nice.
Like, Nick, I actually appreciate these types of conversations, even though, like, obviously, like, there are things that you could know better, or like things that you were like pleading into as it relates to misinformation or something.
I'll
right?
be honest with you.
You're genuine. You are being genuine, right? And you're at least acknowledging when you don't know. So I mean, that's a good thing. It also does sound like you're a little elevated, though.
Elevated? What does that mean?
Come on,
like,
bro.
Higher in the sky.
Yeah, the Mary Jane.
Nah, not the devil's lettuce.
Nah, definitely not. Nah, dude. No way, dude. I'm like, no way, bro. I'm like, definitely not elevated, bro.
I'm just on here to have a good time.
Definitely not elevated, bro. I'm just.
Parker, you making me crack up.
I'm just vibing, bro. Dude, come on.
What's that spot on?
Yeah, it is pretty spot on. Want to know why? Because I mean, I know some people who be elevated.
A lot.
Appreciate that mustache. Thank you so much. But yeah, I mean, but Nick, I really do think that a huge reason why you think that Trump is a better candidate is because you like look at Biden, you're like, okay, he seems less competent. Economy's worse. I mean, worse off right now. Therefore, I'm a vote Trump. That's kind of what it seems, right?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm not like that educated in politics, but I'm just kind of voting who I think is better.
No, I know, I understand, but you're basing it upon, right, just what things are associated with, which is a correlation causation fallacy, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong there. A lot of people do this, right? Obviously, I think that you shouldn't use this reasoning, but what I'm saying is that like I don't blame you for this, because I mean our politicians play into this. Like Biden claims 10 million plus jobs back since his administration. Those are just jobs that came back under his administration, not necessarily ones he just influenced into case. And the same thing with Trump. Trump would claim like, 7 million jobs added to the economy. Well, you don't know if that was specifically caused by Trump, right? That was just jobs that have come under his administration. So really, I think that politicians have aided into you believing these types of things. And then also like I got age restricted. Are you kidding me?
No.
All right. Oh, fuck, dude. I have to restart the live chat.
Are you going to go on another account?
No, I have to do this account. That just kills the algorithm. So like thousands of people are about to leave the live because whenever you get an age restriction, it stops sending out the live.
Is that why Dean's, like, I was on Dean's live the other day. Is that why like his like live viewers like just dropped, and then he started like panicking. He was like, no, I gotta leave.
Oh, probably not. I don't know. He doesn't really get age restrictions much, and he would have said if he got an age restriction because it tells you. So, yeah, we will be back, everyone. Don't leave right now. We'll be right back.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be on.
Same topic or?
I should be doing a different one. I'll probably be talking about God.
I'm a Christian, so you gotta get me up in there.
For sure. I'll see you then.
All right,
everyone. We'll be right back, everyone. Everyone who is a disagreeer, please just come back and send a guest request because I'd love to be able to talk to you. We're just gonna hit a restart on the live real quick because we got an age restriction. So everyone, do follow me if you haven't already so that you can see it. We'll be right back, everyone. We'll be right back. Everyone, again, follow if you haven't already. As well, if you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, everyone. We'll be right back, everyone.
3, 2, 1, go! What?